Last we left off, as the Heralds of Chaos had found their way to the township of Roan in search of information and the location of a child connected to Henna, they managed to happen upon the local garrison, or where they're stationed a few hours out of town, commanded by Captain Garin Ironjaw, a human man who may or may not be related to the disappearance of the child. Spending multiple days, the group committed psychological warfare against them. Enoch disappearing with a few of them, Keller murdering one to get blood for Enoch, and met up with a new possible companion in Alfred, an Owlin who seems to share their goal of wanting to ruin the day or life of Captain Ironjaw. While this was happening, though, across the world, Creed, along with his sister and Selena, found themselves within Creed's home region, or adjacent. They had been given tasks to find a sword within the Overus landmass and continued their search. Heading from the village of Balloon over to their next area, well, on their way to the next area of the village of Darut. Along the way, they almost got into an encounter with a blue dragon. Fortunately, they managed to get away. And happened upon a shrine dedicated to Toric and Chexalo, the gods of the region. And while there, Creed received a message from something giving some kind of ominous omen about bewaring the beast of cloven foot and to go and protect Darut. And that's where we'll pick back up. As the other group is waking up and preparing for their day of torment, or tormenting, Creed and Selena, you both awaken in the desert after your third day here. The sun beating over you, but not as bad as it is over Izzy, the non-tiefling among the three of you. For you, this is a comfortable climate, and you're able to travel much more easier than most. You spent the last few hours after waking up and eating, I assume with Selena using some good berries, to travel along the path. Still days away from your expected area of Darut. I'd like one of you to roll me perception as you are traversing and keeping an eye out around you.
I'll do it.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
17.
Creed, with the sand blasting all around you and at times threatening to get inside of your nose and face, with the wind kicking up, you are able to, between the bouts of sand in your way, notice the road is clear. The cracked, dry earth that welcomes you continues to be just that. There is no sounds of any other sentient, really, living creature around you. There are sounds of vipers and whatnot, not too close, but not all that far away since you can hear them. Besides that, just the very sparse amounts of foliage that you see once every few hours greets you, and up ahead it does look like someone or something is making their way towards you. You can't quite tell what it is right now because whatever they are or whatever they're wearing is reflecting enough of the sun that it's peeking into your eyes and making it harder to discern the shape and textures.
Uh, Creed is going to look to Selena and let her know that we have to put on our disguises. But he's going to take off some of his jewelry. He's going to take off the large, like, bronze necklace and he's going to just tuck them away in his backpack for now and hope that kind of minimizes how many people look at him as he goes into his human disguise.
Sure. As you prepare for the incoming encounter, you remove the gold jewelry that's around your neck, your wrists, and anywhere else they may be adorning to avoid drawing unwanted attention, especially knowing from your past the dangers of these roads. Selena, as he's removing some of the jewelry, you notice marks and scars on his flesh that you haven't really gotten a good chance to see before. Some of which were covered up by the jewelry, or at least distracted by the jewelry. As you're noticing this, Izzy also does the same and removes very similar jewelry as Cree does, and lets go of the tie that's in her hair and lets her sort of natural dreads flow down a bit. And puts on jewelry more commonly associated with the the enduring flame, Torek. And you continue down the road. Eventually, you see what looks to be a small convoy, is what you're thinking, of individuals coming down the road, likely on their way to Balloon. What looks to be a small family. Uh, Maybe only about 7 people total. Few kids. They look to both of you and Izzy and sort of just wave a bit. The adults take note of you, nod their heads, and they continue to go on before one of them jogs back and says, greetings, sorry. This what looks to be a human man, dark skin, similar to Creed, with a thick beard and sort of beige, tan colored turban. Travelers are along the road. What news do you bring from Balloon? Is it safe to travel there around now?
Well, there was a dragon flying overhead, but that was a few days ago, so I would still be careful.
Yes. I know what you speak of. I see you've, well, he sort of whispers in your ear for a moment, Creed. It seems you found one of the kin of the. Sorry, let me get the notes for this name. Yes, I believe you have encountered one of the kin, possibly children, of Verix, the Sapphire Star.
If you don't mind my asking, which of us do you mean?
What do you mean? I mean, you said you encountered um, a
Oh, oh,
dragon.
that's me.
You spoke.
That's dumb.
I
Um,
assume it had blue scales.
yes, it did.
Yes, then you have definitely happened upon the kin of the Sapphire Star. Um, if you've already come from a balloon, did it drop? Did it happen upon there before you left, or on your way out, or did you just happen to see it while traveling?
Um, I believe we only saw it while we were traveling, heading out.
All right, it might be going for a balloon soon. Hopefully you have some tribute for it on your way to either. Well, where are you headed, if I may ask, so I can give you some news of my own.
We are currently headed to Dorut. We have been tasked with a few different things, finding a specific sword as well as protecting the town from something.
Hmm. Well, he looks to you confused and he says, um, "Are you possibly, well?" He just looks confused, like he's trying to think about it. Are you a operative of the worm princess?
Not that I'm aware of, no.
Well, if you're going to the route, by the time you get there, it is likely going to be tribute time. So have something on hand and pray that it is enough to to push off the ire of the Sapphire Star and his kin.
I will keep that in mind.
He I assume Creed still has like his iconography of Torque and whatnot on him.
Yeah, since he's in his human disguise, he's got, it looks like he's got his moon earring charm, but then there's the sun earring charm on the same ear. That's what it currently looks like.
Okay. He looks to you and he says, may the eternal flame guide you." And he bows to both you and Izzy, and he says, "Please pray to her for the safety of the region." And he continues um, back to his card before with the others and leaves along with his family.
Creed, were they speaking in common or Los Cisgradian?
Cisgradian.
Creed would then translate to Selena what they talked about.
Sure.
So we should expect another dragon.
Probably.
A bigger dragon?
I'm not entirely sure.
Which way?
Either way, we should likely just find something in our belongings that we would not mind keeping up.
Yeah, that. It sure sounds like we need to do that. I don't really have anything. I don't think a dragon wants, like, a hammer
You never know.
I guess I'll have to hope I either find something along the way or that this dragon really likes hammers.
Hopefully, they just like hammers.
You guys eventually continue your path along the road. Traveling further and further. After about another half a day or more of traveling, you come to a crossroads. It is later on in the day. The sun has cooled down a bit from the beating heat, but for you guys, it hasn't been too bad. You've been regularly drinking, and looking at your supplies, you may only have about, between the three of you, 2 days left of water before needing it, and maybe about 3 days travel. Sign points in either direction. One to the city of Fethrin, which is only a short village away from your home, Creed. Or onwards, continuing to the route. He looks to you expectantly, saying, "Alright, this is where you make your decision, Creed."
He is going to honestly look at the signpost for a while before he says, first and foremost, we've been asked to go to Durut, so we should go there and protect the people.
Yes. But we will have to be careful if we're not going to be stopping by Fethrin. We will have to scavenge for water ourselves, lest we dry up here. We're close to the sea, but I don't want us to get complicit or comfortable.
No, don't drink seawater.
Of course I'm
Just
not.
do not.
She just sort of like flicks you on the forehead with her middle finger. I've survived long enough. I'm worried you're going to drink seawater either out of a desperation or be sheer stupidity.
So Anna will, lean between them and be like, I don't mean to interrupt, but she'll pull out a water skin and cast Create Water and fill it up. I can just
point to her.
Izzy just looks to you, Selena, and she just tensed her hands. And she looks like she desperately wants to ask a question while also desperately wanting to be polite. But eventually she says, I understand you're both tieflings. I understand that you are not as hot while we are here in the desert. But let me ask you this. While I was rationalizing the efficacy of each drop of water I was drinking, and you both were, why did neither of you mention that she could do this?
Because you kicked me off a cliff.
You did kick him off the cliff.
I kicked him off a cliff.
But we're gonna make sure you didn't get hurt or die or anything.
Uh-huh.
Just getting back at you a little bit.
Yes, for getting back at me by letting me stay a little bit dehydrated throughout the last 3 days' travel. Good to know.
I need more of my water. You said no.
I believed that we were working only with a little bit of water.
Well, you assumed, and you know what they say about assumptions.
I understand him. I understand why he didn't say anything. What about you?
You seem so confident in your little water plants. I wanted to see how well they did.
Creed's got a shit-eating grin on his face.
she just looks to you, Creed, and she says, and then she looks like she's about to say something. Then she just sort of smiles and continues down the road.
Oh, now he's scared.
Yeah, I'm gonna look at Creed and be like, did I fuck up?
No, but I think I did.
Oh, you I can live with.
Come on, we are wasting daylight, you two.
Coming.
Wait until she sees I can make daylight. I can't actually make daylight.
Not yet, not yet.
No, not yet.
So, as you guys continue down the road, eventually night comes, and you find a little rock outcropping to at least stay inside and avoid the windy sands kicking up debris in your face, and manage to get some cloth that Izzy has on hand and create a sort of makeshift entrance, at least that blocks a majority of the sand and debris, giving you guys, while cold, a place to work with. Unless Selena would like to create a bonfire.
Well,
I don't know if that's the spell she has, but if it is, then you'll at least be warm, and then she will have taken care of everything today.
don't think I have, but I'm pretty sure it's a spell I can have. I just don't think it's
you
one
can.
I do.
I just didn't know if you had it or not.
I do not have it
Can.
prepared, no.
Create bonfire
Is a
is
cantrip.
one of Obsidian's spells.
That's right.
Yeah, I don't have it prepared. I just have produce flame, so I can make fire, just not a bonfire.
Understandable. I mean, getting some, tinder and dried out, reeds, you guys can create a sort of, not really bonfire, but at least a fire pit, a little bit outside of the rock formation you're in, so that you at least have a little bit of warmth in the cold night. As Creed, you haven't really experienced the extreme dip from a very comfortable heat to the freezing temperatures of the desert at night in a long while.
He's got this weird look on his face of this is familiar, but also I'm uncomfortable.
Lena hates it.
Yeah, Selena, this is the coldest you have ever been in the last few days. It is temperature whiplash. You're like, this is the perfect temperature to this is so freezingly uncomfortable. Very fast.
People live in this.
Yeah. Fortunately, being a pyromancer, you are able to provide your own warmth.
Yes. She'll sit
You just have
until she's ready to fall asleep with her little flame in her hands.
Yeah, you just have produce flame in your hand, and you just sort of move it sort of near any body part that gets cold at any given time, and just warm it up for a little bit, and rise up your internal temperature, and stay comfortable that way. Helping out Creed as well, and I assume Izzy from time to time.
Yeah. Well, she might wait to see if Izzy asks.
Izzy, she looks at this moment with your passive insight, she looks very prideful and like she's not going to give in, not because of you, you can tell that it's more so she's not going to say anything solely because of Creed.
I can tell that, then I'll let her sit in a little while, but then I'll eventually, move my flame over to her.
Alright.
While they are sitting and chilling, Creed is working on his poems.
Sure. So you've kept up with your cultural, classes or lessons. Have you gotten any better at writing them, or are you still as terrible as I remember?
I didn't hear all of that. You kind of were really quiet out of nowhere.
Oh, sorry. Izzy said, well, at least you've been keeping up with your cultural lessons. Are you any better than I remember, or your poem's still crap?
He's going to give her a really just a glare, but he's going to say, I have gotten better. I guarantee you.
All right. You see that there's a bit of time where Selena's sort of just staring at you. Selena.
She just blatantly like what?
I meant
What is this
Selena.
conversation?
I meant to say Selena. You see Izzy staring
Staring
at
at me?
you.
Oh.
Yeah,
Are you still upset about the water thing?
No, I'm fine. You can tell that
Uh-huh.
she's generally fine, but harbors a little bit of spite. Again, not really for you, more so for Creed.
Somehow the fact that Selena can make water is Creed's fault.
Well, it's more so he admitted to not telling her, but and it's the thing. You can also tell.
I don't know if Creed knew.
Yeah, you can also tell. Well, that's what Creed told her, anyways. You can also tell that that she is more appreciative that you can do these things and that survival isn't as much of an issue.
Cool.
Eventually, she gets up and sort of sits close to you, but not like too close, and she says, "So, Selena, you've been traveling with me and my brother for a bit, and we're sort of all together. I have not met another person like my brother, well, at least racially, before, and I don't know. I want to, if you wouldn't mind sharing, or if you wouldn't mind sharing at some point, if you feel like you can trust me enough, if you could tell me what your childhood was like, or at least how it's been for you, surviving.
Yeah, sure. Creed told me a lot about you guys, so I guess that's fair. I grew up in a druid tribe. We'll call it the Kindlers. There was a lot of tieflings there, actually. All of my family are tieflings. And when I was 15, some raiders attacked, and I lost my family. A hunter found me in my destroyed village and took me in. And then I decided it was time to head out and find some stuff out about myself. I was immediately captured and then found by Creed's friends? I want to say friends. They're a very odd group, but...
They walked in on me having sex for payment, so they are weird.
Yeah. Okay, so it's not just me that had a very odd introduction. That's pretty much my existence. I stayed with that hunter, and he helped find my earring that helps disguise me so that I could go out and not be hunted down.
I get it. You see her look to Creed for a moment and then back to you, and she says, "Alright, thank you for I guess, sharing with me. I guess if Creed has told you about our childhood, you know at least what it was like for him and me to an extent. He definitely had it worse off. And as for since you left, brother, I spent a lot of time around the, well, not just home, but different parts of the continent, from the Synchronismo Isles to the other regions, and I spent time with each of the people, just getting to know the culture, see who we are fighting, who is fighting us, who is allied with us, who is our enemies, and who are neutral. And looking for you, or trying.
Did she look at Creed when she said that part?
Yeah.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure. I was like,
His response is going to be, guess that ransom note didn't come across as deeply as I hoped it to.
I told you I left like 2 days after you disappeared.
I was hoping that Father would make sure you stayed with him.
I'm sure he would have tried if I wasn't half a step behind you. And that's how I felt for the last so many years. I felt like I've always been half a step behind, trying to get to you, trying to see you.
You see him stop writing for a second, and he just looks up to her and is just, why?
Or have I been looking for you?
Yeah. Your version of life was so much better than mine.
Creed, we were both used by our father in different ways. You were treated terribly, and yes, you had it much harder than I did in so many ways. But I would not have had a good life here. Or at least not with the family, not with father. And the day you left, it felt like I lost a big part of myself. And if I had stayed, if I didn't move as fast as I did when I did, I would be a lot more of a shell of myself than I would be now. I don't know. It wasn't only just looking for you, it was also getting away and being myself to, well, as much as I could be, or trying to find myself. Sort of like. She nods to Selena.
He's going to pause and think and just kind of put his book away and look to her and ask, do you know what Father did with Sebastian after we both left?
I've been keeping in touch to an extent, but I. Creed, from what I've heard and from what I understand, Sebastian is no longer with Father. There are different claims saying different things. I can't verify which one it is without involving myself and taking the risk of getting caught and having to involving myself with the family again. All I know is that after you left and after I left, there was a period of time where father was giving him the same punishment as you. And then apparently there was some kind of not revolution, but those within the ether fields, they rebelled or tried, and I don't know what happened to Sebastian after that. Again, some are saying that he escaped and that he moved on, some saying that father captured him and he's hiding him in the basement, others saying that he died during it, so I don't know.
He looks to be contemplating for a long time. And he takes a deep breath and says, well, after we go to Durut, if we don't get charged with anything else, why don't we go see if our brother is alive?
Sure. And she just sort of stays silent for a majority of the night. Until finally falling asleep. What are you two doing throughout the night, besides keeping watch, or what are you doing while keeping watch?
Creed is finishing up Dead Man Walking.
Okay. Selena.
I mean, she might ask Reed what he's writing. Since Izzy mentioned something about studies.
I am writing something to try and get that revolution going again.
Against your father?
Yes.
Okay. I mean, he sounds like a complete asshole, so
He is. Yes, he is.
I have absolutely no problem helping you with that. I mean, I'm not a writer, I can't help you with that part, but the revolution part. Just so you know.
Other than that, once he finishes up the poem, he's going to read through the spells in his book and just kind of become familiar with them.
Sure.
And then he's going to sleep.
As you read through it, these complex equations that you never thought possible, start to get a better understanding of them, what they might unlock for you, for protection, for understanding, for survival, for any number of things. And you fall asleep. Selena, you fall asleep to Seer cuddling up to you. Noticing that there's not that same look of intelligence or recognition in its eyes. Seems to be acting like the Seer that you normally know.
So I'll look down at it and be like, oh, you're a bird again? Yeah, welcome back, buddy. To just scratch his head.
Sort of just jumps up a bit and sort of pecks at your finger, not in a aggressive way, but as Paragus do.
Bless you!
Thank you.
You hear Creed let out this very manly, deep sneeze before he goes to sleep.
Adorable sneeze.
and you head to bed. You all wake up the next morning with the last maybe 2-3 days left. I'll say roll me 3 perception checks. One of you.
Perception?
Yeah. One of you roll 3 perception. Sorry, perception.
One of us roll 3.
Huh?
Okay.
Yeah.
I can roll them.
I'll
I
try.
got to +6. Oof.
A what?
That's a 9,
Oh no.
a 19,
Okay.
and a 25.
All right. During
I do have a
the
+7, by the way. So
during the first day of travel, you are mostly bombarded with a sandstorm. You have to seek shelter for a majority of the day and make up for it sort of later on in the day when it's a little less hectic. So most of the time you're not able to notice your surroundings and what's around you. You have to fight from time to time to even keep traveling together from almost getting lost. Well, not lost, but almost splitting off from time to time. During the second day of travel, you watch from the coast that's miles away. You watch the shimmering blue sea on the hills that you guys are traveling through and cliff edges. You see a wonderful vista around you of sand that almost looks gold. Similar but different to even where you grew up, Selena. Brings back memories. It reminds you so much. Each grain of sand, each itchy, uncomfortable feeling whenever it gets stuck in your clothing. It reminds you of what is, what was, and where you came from. And this is the first time, well, in a while, that you've gotten to see the sea, and it is breathtaking. But eventually the day comes to an end. You passed by the coast and continue back a little more inland, as you have one day left to get to Darut. And on the last day, it is particularly cool. Cool enough that it's not bothering Izzy as much, still a little bit, and for you guys it's generally fine still. You notice this warm feeling in your chest, Creed. Not a bad feeling, a sort of sense of warmth, of soon-to-be accomplishment, of drive. In your heart, you feel, and well, you know, that Torque is looking down on you and supporting you. You don't know what this sword is for, you don't know what is to come. But you know you're making progress to become a better man. Selena, Selena. Yeah, Selena.
Selena and Izzy would notice that at some point he's holding a little pin in his hand.
Pin?
Yeah, a little wooden pin.
And Selena, throughout this day while you are traveling with Creed and Izzy, getting to know them better bit by bit, you can't help but look at Seer and feel the vibrant warmth and nurturing energy that comes from him, but also the sort of dangerous nature of fire that he is. And then you think about your own nature and how weird it is that you find yourself here. How you find yourself at the behest of a god to find a weapon that you're likely not even capable of using. And what it all means. Eventually the day ends as you're contemplating this, and as you wake up for the maybe 6th day, 7th, who knows anymore, you finally, after traveling a few more hours in the morning, see off in the distance some structures. Getting closer and closer, you find the village of Darut by the inlet river that comes in from the sea. And prepare yourselves mentally for whatever you have to defend the town from. But while this is happening, we're going to cut back a few days to the others. As they wake up and Leah gets her message from Veers. She seems ready for whatever the plan may be. And as you wake up, what are you doing for the day? What is your plan? What is your goal to harass, capture, injure, or kill?
Well, I guess in place of Leah doing it because reasons, she would have informed me. She said that we are advised to not engage Veer's mother by Veers. So I would relay that to everyone else.
Alright. Alfred, it seems that they are talking about this wizard that has been engaging with the captain for a few days now, and how they are a non-murderable target, or at least in their eyes.
Okay.
So while murder might be out, what about going
not-
insane?
It's not about murder here. We're limited on choices as to what we can do at this point.
Well, essentially, what I was told is she's too strong for us to take, and we shouldn't try and fight
sure.
her.
But it's
Yeah.
not about us taking her on. That's my point.
What we
I
could
mean, that's
do
perfectly
is
fair.
we
I'm
could try
behind
to turn
that.
everybody on her, paint all of this going on as her fault. They have been saying that it's probably some type of mage controlling the Wendigo in the woods.
I mean, that's very true. I'm not.
And what we should, I think the easiest thing, and really one of our only options right now, is to really make the garrison mistrustful of this mage. I think our man on the inside's job needs to be to kind of cast doubts on the mage, and by proxy, the captain's judgment for having her there.
I agree with this idea.
Because we
I
don't
also
have a
like
lot
this
else
one.
we can do. We can't play the Wendigo game too much, lest we have a unified force looking to fight a creature. So we can, for now, I think it would be easiest to maybe keep up the appearance at least, so that they're a little too spooked to go out much, but the majority of their feelings should just be to mistrust the wizard that the captain invited.
Mm-hmm.
So a little bit of mistrust, weave in a little bit of chaos, and paint all of it at the foot of the mage and their captain.
That needs to be the overall goal of our day, most likely. As to how we do that, unfortunately, our main player isn't here, so
Exactly.
we
Our man
need
on the
to
inside couldn't make it today.
figure that out.
He's too
Otherwise, I mean, it would be a case where Leah should send a message to him using a spell about, start casting doubt on the mage through the ranks.
Sure. I'll put in general to Alana that she has to knock off a 3rd level spell slot or 2 3rd level spell slots one for the sending spell.
Other than that, what else is there that we can do right now? I mean, we should probably keep most of the activity to the night, lest we're spotted. Suppose we could. Yeah, I don't know. We don't want to do too much. The more we do, the more we risk accidentally outing ourselves.
Then what do you wish to do? Stay here, go into town? You have the day ahead of you. And from what I'm gauging, you are taking a more passive approach than you did the last 2 days.
Yeah, I don't think we should take a super active approach right now. Not until more mistrust is sown and maybe the orderly ranks are a little more whack. And other people can feel free to contribute to the plan here if they have a better idea. Because, I could use Major Image to conjure up a beast that looks at the soldiers to an extent from afar. But I want to be careful doing that much. And honestly, that seems like something to happen right along the nighttime. Just from behind a tree, a soldier in a tower spots something looking at them and then disappears. Make them think this is an intelligent creature, at least, and do our best to really drive up the idea that this is a mage fucking with them to an extent. That this has magical roots.
As you guys are talking and discussing plans, you all hear something coming up the hill. Not in a hurried fashion, but steady, calm. Nothing too big or too heavy.
I think to try and hide.
Midir does disappearing trick.
Roll a stealth check for those of you who wish to. Between the
Oh,
three
I
of you.
did.
Alright.
Alfred will stay where he is and kind of play with his instrument.
Medea.
Tuning it.
Mm-hmm.
What would be tuning
And
it?
Justin-
It's a bagpipe, so, take it for what it is.
You can
Just
tune
in
it
case
back.
Midir's also going to ready his rapier.
Alright. Medea,
Just in case.
You find yourself jumping up into a tree and crouching up on a thicker branch, ready to plunge down and strike at anything hostile. Confident in your silent capabilities due to the creature's pace continuing at a steady, gradual incline. Henna, you feel like at least you haven't alerted it yet, as it hasn't seemed to have paused its steps or anything of the such. Eventually, coming up the hill, all of you notice a doe.
A deer? A female deer?
Right, a drop of golden sun.
Sun. It is. There is a beam of sun sort of on the camp right now that the doe walks into. Looks very peaceful. And it just goes over and starts grazing on some grass, maybe a few feet away from Alfred. None the wiser of either of your locations, and seemingly not that afraid of Alfred, or at least not immediately startled by him.
Oh,
Alfred will just
Yeah, like-
friendly play a steady tune on his bagpipe for the deer to enjoy.
Sure, roll me performance.
21.
Okay. You see the deer start to sway with your music on the bagpipes as you carry this jaunty tune across the air. Not too loud as to reveal your location, but enough to let it enjoy your masterful work. Henna
The
and
deer would like to join in on
also-
this.
roll me a performance as you hear this beautiful tune coming out of these bagpipes that Alfred is playing.
It's now joined in by a trying to maintain balance in a tree violin.
Yeah. As you do
Impressive.
so, you play the violin and you do well, but not as well as you were hoping. But mainly that's due to the fact of your lack of knowledge on the tune that he's playing. Seems new, or at least one that you don't know. So you have to quickly adjust and figure out how violin would work with this. It takes you a minute, but you get a decent tune going. As you now hear this bagpipe being accompanied by this beautiful orchestral violin.
Alright, fuck it, I'll join in too. Apparently we're all doing it.
As you start
Bards
playing,
away.
as you start playing your lute, Henna, roll me performance.
Nat 20.
This is the first natural 20 that is not mime-based activity that Henna's rolled. Just
Yeah.
For the random doe in the woods.
for the random doe in the woods. As you guys are playing your bagpipe and violin respectively, you hear the low hum of the lute coming in, being played by Henna, and it is beautiful. Alfred, she is able to instantly pick up and enhance your tune. Not only giving herself with the lute some solo time, but in fact almost leading the song. And while you may have feelings on that, you have to respect the skill and beauty in what was just created between the three of you. Not only yourself, not only Deer, but also Henna, this small, eccentrically clad, well, you can only assume very, very short drow, or a very long-eared Smurfnevelin. And the deer seems to be pleased throughout all of this.
How long does the deer stay there and listen to us playing?
As long as you guys keep playing.
Well, Nadir doesn't trust the deer, so after 1 minute, it needs to make a wisdom save.
Okay. All right. What is the wisdom save for?
Enthralling performance. Once per short rest, you can choose 5 creatures that watched and listened to you perform for 1 minute.
What did they do? Like, what does it do? Like, they just obviously it's already listening to you guys perform.
I think it's a charm.
Each target makes a wisdom saving throw and is charmed if it fails for 1 hour or until it takes any damage. I attack it, or it sees me attack or damage its allies.
All right. From what you can tell, it seems to be charmed by the music.
I am going to add my voice into our music and tell it needs to go and hop into the garrison and bring as many of its friends with it as it wants. They mean it no harm.
Dark Forest itself against them, yes.
As you say this, eventually the music pauses for a moment as you're sort of giving this command. And the three of you hear this faint chuckling. Very beautiful, very light in tone nature. You don't hear or feel the slightest bit of sinister intent to the laugh, and eventually there's a bright flash of light and the dough is gone.
And my sunglasses are on, thankfully.
Concern.
Alrighty then. Well,
Why did my thing just say Creed rolled a perception check? You rolled that a while ago.
You're blind. Delay. But yeah. What are the three of you doing now that your man on the inside is hopefully doing his job, and the three of you have no strong actions to take in this moment, or at least no strong actions that you are willing to take in this moment?
after what just happened, Alfred's packing the fuck up. I don't know what to expect.
Okay, so you start packing.
We're moving locations.
Agreed. We just had
There's
a
about
deer
a
laugh
90%
at us and
chance that
disappeared.
whatever that wizard in there was involved in that somewhat.
All right.
Oh, I feel we might have just made a performance for the Fairy King, since he is loose on the mortal plane currently.
Oh, I mean, that'd be fine. I'd be perfectly okay with that. I'm more worried about that being...
It would be even better if he actually listened to our suggestion, though, and got nature to
Sure,
attack
if-
this garrison for us. That would be hysterical.
If
That would
Oberon
be-
and them got in on this, he would be perfectly fine with it, but, you know, you can never be too safe. We're gonna douse the fire, or we aren't. Probably not have a fire going in the middle of the fucking day. Better not.
I mean, it's still the morning.
Remove signs of the fire and just kind of go find another location that we can keep
Sure.
camp in.
All right, I'll say one of you roll me a survival check to see if you can find a good spot to camp out in, close enough to the garrison.
Does anyone have better than a +2 on a survival check?
To what?
A +2.
Survival.
Oh, I think hold on, no, I might have a good nature.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Leah, you watched for the last few minutes as Midir, Alfred, and Henna performed some very, very beautiful music for this doe that walked into the camp. And Midir,
And then it laughed at us and vanished.
well,
Oh, yeah,
In a
no.
bright flash of light.
Midir asked it to go inside of the garrison and bring as many of its friends along as it can. And then you heard a laughing sound, very light in nature, very light in tone, and you didn't infer any ill intent from the laugh. And in a bright flash of light, the doe disappeared.
Cool. So we summon a demon. Very cool.
It's the best case.
That's the best case scenario. Yeah, no, I lied. I only have a +2 to survival. I have a +8 to nature, though.
This is
Great. I
survival.
didn't roll it because I just rolled a nat 20, so obviously my shit's gonna suck next.
You gotta take the risk.
Does one of the three bards want to give Alfred some bardic inspiration while he rolls a?
You can have a
Survive
bardic
check then.
inspiration for me, yeah.
All right, so you give Alfred a bardic inspiration.
So
Mhm.
All right, roll a d10. Or sorry, d12. D12.
first.
No, that's your bardic inspiration that you got from Henna.
Okay, I haven't rolled survival yet.
Sure.
So first survival. What's that?
17.
17, and it's a D12.
Yeah, d12.
Oh wow, that was a D8.
It is.
It is. Okay.
Oh, okay. Oh, I guess maybe. Whatever. I don't care. It's a 2, so it doesn't matter.
Okay, 19. So,
So 19.
mhm. By the way, don't knock off bardic inspiration from Henna. So as you prepare to look around, you feel this inspiring joy. I wouldn't say joy, but this inspiring, like, motivational feeling welling up within you as Henna plays her music for a little bit on her lute, inspiring you, and Henna doesn't feel like you're any less inspiring. You feel as fine, if not even better, about your capabilities of showing your greatness to others.
Nice.
So yeah, you managed to find a camping location after maybe about an hour's search in a very nice location, up on this, like, sort of spiraling rock formation that ends up on a sort of flat end that overlooks, like, 2 miles away the garrison. You can not really see too well because you have no way of, enhancing and zooming your eyesight to look further in, but you can definitely would be able to tell if there's movement going up from the location you're in.
And outside of that, I feel like Alfred may go in town and see if he can get the ingredients to resummon his familiar.
All right.
Well, I say that. Alfred doesn't really have money. That's kind of an issue there.
I mean, you can always get money while in town.
Wait, when has that ever stopped Alfred?
Yeah, I was gonna say, what the f do you mean? I'm hearing no problems from you. I'm hearing you being a goddamn pussy.
I'm trying to only take on so many chaotic things at once with Alfred here, okay? This isn't Enoch.
I mean, fair. To be fair, I would say that Alfred is more inclined to rob somebody than Enoch, but also, yeah, I get it. You can also just perform to get some money on hand or something. Yeah.
While that's happening, Henna's gonna try and go into town as well and find the associates that her new friend said were in Roan.
Okay. What about Leah and Midir? Do you wish to stay at camp? Do you wish to go into town, or what else?
Nadir would see the other two heading towards town, and he'd say, I'll keep an eye on the garrison and make sure things stay relatively fuckery-ish. Maybe try to convince the animals to actually join us in this crusade against this asshole.
Fine. Just, please, do not scare them away.
The
Make
animals
them
or the
frightened.
humans?
The humans. Things get more difficult if they leave.
I wasn't planning on trying to chase them anywhere, just keep them in one location.
All right.
In that case,
So-
Alfred's gonna go in town, play a little tune, and then do some fuckery to get the stuff he needs.
What about Leah?
Somebody give me context, please.
They're going into town for Alfred to gain some stuff he needs to cast Find Familiar. Henna's going in town to try and find the revolutionaries who she talked to before, their contacts here. Medira's staying in where you guys set up camp to watch the garrison. Lysil is still inside of the garrison, pretending to be the guard from last night that Alfred killed. And what are you doing?
I mean, she's not gonna go with Alfred or anyone else, so I guess she's gonna chill out with Henna and go torture some people.
No. Henna's going with Alfred into town. Medira's staying here.
Medira is the one staying to torture people.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, she'll go with Henna.
Okay.
Okay.
So the three of you... Hmm? Yeah?
Yeah, okay. I need to mute myself.
Okay. So, Henna, Alfred, and Leah, you make your way, after a few hours, into the town of Rome, as you get there around the time that all the shops and whatnot are starting to open up proper and get the day going in a sort of busy manner. As you get into town and everybody's getting on their feet, Alfred, roll a performance to see how well you do in your attempts to gain a bit of cash.
18.
Okay. With your 18, you spend about 2 hours and you manage to get I'd say 3 gold and 50 silver.
Okay.
While that's
Let
happening,
Henna do their stuff, and I'm gonna scheme for a minute.
yeah, I mean, Henna and Leah like left you, and while you spend 2 hours
Yeah, I
getting
know.
money, they're doing some other stuff. So yeah, you can scheme all you want. So how's Medira keeping the fuckery alive? Before I get into the Henna Leah thing.
He would watch and see if anyone started to get brave enough to venture like out into the wood line, and if they did, he would begin with the animal noises again.
What's funny is that there actually isn't anyone who comes out of the main building. You see nobody taking watch. You see nobody on the guard towers. There's no movement going on within eyesight of the internal part of the walls.
He would probably sneak closer to try to get a better view of what's going on then.
Alright, roll me stealth check.
Oh, please be good again. Oof, not as good.
Alright, 16.
Luckily, he's not going super close. He just wants to get to where he's not 2 miles away.
Is Lysil gonna come back and find that this troop moved to another continent with him?
Yeah, they actually just boogied out
He's
so
just a
hard.
permanent member of the army now.
Yeah. Henna and Leah. As Medira, you get close enough, and we'll get to that in a bit. You two get into Rhone. And Henna, you know that you don't have any actual names of individuals who may be involved, so you'll have to get creative in figuring out how to find the people you're looking for.
Can I do, based on my background, can I do an intelligence check about where kind of shady people would be?
You don't really know the town of Rhone all that well. You don't know everywhere in its underbelly, but I will give you an intelligence check chance to see if you can recognize some symbols or iconography that might be associated with some criminal aspects.
Simply cash money. Yeah, that's a cool 12.
Leah, unfortunately, you realize in this moment,
It's
you.
what?
No, I said, Leah, you unfortunately realize in this moment that you've spent a lot of time in these crazy adventures and you haven't been keeping up with your studies or looking at the information that Adam gave you about criminal elements and symbology related to them. So you're not able to tell if certain symbols that are around town are either just random scrawls or if they have a deeper meaning. Henna, sometimes you're watching her deeply stare at a smiley face, looking very contemplative, and at other moments you see her looking at, you know, the Superman S that you tend to like draw in as a kid, like with the 3 lines and then they become an S.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see her also looking at that, and she's just like contemplating what it all means.
This is not strange for Leah, so Henna is unbothered.
Very true. Very true, but also, yeah.
So what Henna's gonna do is she's gonna go to the local tavern and just like very casually inquire if anyone knows of the madame that she met. Just be like, oh, I just came from Lafayette and I went to this really awesome establishment type of thing.
Roll me an investigation check.
That's going to be 21.
Asking around, there are multiple people who know someone named the Madam and the Madame, as it seems there are 2 individuals who are known to a few of the people within the tavern, colloquially named the Blue Rabbit, that have a similar name, but at least from the descriptions you're getting, one of them isn't or might be, and you don't know because you're still not really sure what is up with the Madame or Madam and what she's capable of. So it might be her.
Great. I mean, she did tell me when I left there that they had contacts in Rome.
She did.
Yeah.
The one, at least in the bar, the people that you're talking to, giving information about the shop you went to, if you choose to do so, has someone say, yeah, I met someone named the Madame while I was over in Lafayette, probably 3 months ago.
Mm-hmm. It's an interesting shop. I'm desperately trying not to give shit away, but also I need information.
Huh? He looks at you somewhat expectantly and has his hand out.
All right, yeah. I'll give him money. I assume.
How much?
That's what he wants. Let's go with a silver piece and see what happens.
Silence as his hand is still out.
All right, we'll put a gold piece in there.
Can Leah do an insight check to see what the fuck he wants?
Sure.
Nat 20.
We don't know exactly what this man wants, don't we?
It seems like he doesn't actually want money. And he doesn't.
Okay,
It looks like he doesn't even really want anything from either of you.
That's what I get with a nat 20 rune.
I was going to continue talking. Thank you. If I take a natural pause, I'm sorry.
No, fuck you, no pauses.
Okay, Mrs.
You
Impatient.
learned nothing from that 20.
You do understand that it seems like he doesn't so much want to give him something. It seems like he's more trying to see what he can get out of you.
Can Leah... Leah's gonna just look at Henna for a hot second, look back at him, and then just kind of be like, okay, does he look what does he look like? Like, does he look sketchy?
With your insight, there's definitely something a little off about him, but clothing-wise, not really.
Cool. In undercommon, can I look at him and be like, put your fucking hand away before I kill you and all of your relatives?
Roll intimidation.
Cool. Can I do it with advantage because they're not 20?
No.
Yeah, no. That's fine. That's a 3.
Your voice cracks 3 seconds in and you go into a coughing fit. He just looks too confused.
Yeah, that tracks.
Henna, you heard her immediately start berating him with a tirade of threats and whatnot as you heard everything she said to him.
She understood?
She understands.
Baby! Yay! Okay.
You have no idea how the f you understand. It's a new language to you, but seems enough that you can
Yeah.
understand
Confusion, but okay.
it. Put down.
Henna's gonna very calmly take her money back out of this man's hand and just be like, can you just ignore that? Just very calmly. Looking very tired.
He just looks to you like somehow more confused. Like, what the fuck is happening? Like, what is actually happening?
Honestly, I don't know.
Can I shove Todd in his face?
Oh my god.
You mean,
Look at my bone
okay.
dragons.
Do you mean for Todd to be essentially be an insight detector, or essentially literally throw Todd at his face?
Just throw tar on his face and run.
Truly, what the fuck?
I don't know. This is
fine.
Veer's cousin.
I just heard someone snort.
Killing you, coughing fit. Look at this. It's made of bones.
I'm big fucking chilling, and y'all motherfuckers out here.
This is my boy.
Okay, what is okay? What the flying?
Henna's just gonna face bomb.
What the flying is the attempt that Leah's trying to do with Ta? Like throw a sack of a necromancy sack of bones at a random dude, or try and get an insight on this person.
Ta is her, not her moral compass. Henna is her moral compass. Ta
You
is...
might want to upgrade your compass.
We're fine.
No. Nobody has given her a better option. When somebody gives her a better option, she will consider.
Here's the head of her compass.
Yours is younger. That doesn't count.
It has to be somebody either older or her age.
Ta is Leah's perception of people. She's decided that Ta has yet to steer her wrong. She is not very insightful into humans, but Ta is her insight.
Yeah, I get it. She's trusting her dog to gauge the trustworthiness of a person. Okay, so
It's a cat, first of all. Well, it's a dragon, but it's an undead dragon made of bones. But it's a cat.
I mean,
type of thing.
okay, yes, but also, would you rather trust your cat or your dog to insight somebody?
My cat. My dog trusts everyone.
Yeah, like your dog is like a pit bull who walks up to people and licks them on the face.
Okay, fair. You know what? Fine. Why the f not?
Yeah, why not?
Cool. Ta looks confused. You see that his perception of this person is so confused that he's looking to you like expectantly, like trying to get a gauge of him from you.
Yeah, it's gonna be the two of them just looking at each other. Just like blank stares.
Cool. Henna, you watch her staring deep into Ta's bony eyes, and this dude look completely
That
confused.
gift is 100% accurate to what Henna's doing currently.
Yeah, and you see this dude is completely confused and a little mortified because he's just seeing like her staring at a living sack of pile of bones, and he's like, I'm going to walk away now. And he starts backing up. And you see other patrons in the bar are definitely noticing the undead pseudo-dragon. And people are leaving. So what are you doing?
I think you died, Rune.
Oh, so it wasn't me.
You on my end, Amy.
I think there's multiple people having
Issues?
connection issues because someone keeps digitizing.
Okay, am I digitizing?
No.
Okay.
No, I think
No, you sound
Amy
fine right
was the
now.
one digitizing for me.
What I was
Yeah, I
saying
think it was
what-
Amy.
Yeah, what I was saying is that the guy looks at Leah pretty much freaked out, and so does most of the bar. And people start leaving.
Leah's unfazed. She is used to this reaction.
Henna is just that gif I sent.
Yeah? Understand? Alright, so yeah. What are the two of you doing? As it seems you've definitely upset the public.
Yeah, so this was obviously a bust. I guess I'm gonna go around and see if I can find another shop like that one and just wander around for a while.
Okay. Sure, roll me investigation. Or perception, your choice.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure Leah's 5'7", right?
Leah is 5'10". Lana is 5'7".
Alright.
Oh, great. I see nothing, it's fine.
Can I help?
You can do your own perception.
Can I
or-
assist?
You can do your own perception or investigation.
What do I have a higher one in?
I assume
they're both the same.
investigation.
Never mind. Cool. Cool. Cool.
You guys spend
Yep, that would.
you guys spend 2 hours wandering around, asking people, looking for something similar, and are fucking lost. You end up back where Alfred is playing his tunes, as it seems like he's finished up.
Alright, at this point, Henna's just gonna give up, and as soon as Alfred is done, she's gonna take his place and start playing there as well. Why not?
Sure, why not? Leah, as Henna starts playing, what are you gonna do?
Can I actually do like I don't know if this is perception or what this is. Is there a person screaming about the news, or how does this work? My focus was classical history, not medieval. How do people find things out?
There is
You do remember
town
this is
crier.
the Victorian age, right?
Yeah, as I said, there.
Or
No, I
the
didn't.
equivalent?
Either
Yeah,
way,
that's
long.
why I have sunglasses.
Okay, long story. Some places have print media, usually the more like affluent cities. In this town, what you've seen and what you are gauging is that it would only have a town crier, and you did hear what the town crier was talking about earlier in the day when you entered in with Henna and Alfred. As you heard the town crier say, "News coming in from the capital. Break-in at Highmore. Bodies taken from the morgue and criminals still at large."
I didn't catch that last part.
Sorry.
Criminals still at large. What else? Attack from...
okay.
Attack in Lafayette. Local nobles
Yeah,
attacked by mob.
That's what I was looking for.
Yeah. Local nobles attacked by mob, but they were captured and now are to be hanged in 3 days' time.
Yeah, it's not me. It's fine.
Leah.
It was a really quick revolution.
They were incompetent enough to capture, then they deserve to die.
You gave money and orders to a fucking Hot Topic employee. I don't know what the flying you were
It should have
expecting.
been more competent. Yeah.
God bless this country.
Oh wait. Oh, okay. So it wasn't the nobles who were captured. It was the rioters in this
Yes.
case.
Yes.
Okay. I was really confused. There. Like, man, if they got
Yeah.
caught that fast, then
Leah is simultaneously the best and worst cousin in the world. Yeah, she's something. Yeah, okay. Any news about can I ask this town crier to scroll through his mind file and pull up recent like what would essentially be like the what the fuck is it, like birth announcements, wedding announcements, important rich people announcements in like the paper.
Oh yeah.
What's that section?
Yeah, I get
one
what
of
you
the
mean.
tabloids today.
Mhm.
Oh, tabloids. Yeah, that's the word I was looking for.
Sure. With the tabloid section, you hear local rumors says that Dolphinate of the region, Lucas Vraymar, seen headed north towards Skyfell. Why he's there, who knows? Maybe to see a mistress.
Sure.
One person screams out, "I'm pretty sure he's gay."
Mhm.
So I'm just reporting what is in front of me. I am legally obligated to read the paper in front of me. I
We
suffer
have
from
multiple
word.
tackle the town crier.
I
These are
suffer.
some real confident townsfolk. I'm pretty sure in most times that would be like instant hanging by the nobility if they ever.
Well, to be fair, this is a town crier. It's not like he's the nobility. Oh,
I'm
also,
just saying they're confident no one is.
wait, are you talking about the like gay accusations?
Just the salacious rumors in general. I usually equate that to being stomped out with an iron foot.
To be
The
fair,
fact that Lucas is gay is a rumor.
the fact that Lucas
I don't know.
is gay is public knowledge. The town crier's saying this, but he's also not the one who writes this shit. He's just saying it. But yeah. Tableau section.
I've been hanged for less. That's all I'll say.
Yeah.
True.
I would like to ask the town crier if there's any news about missing children recently.
Asking about that, he says, no, not right now, but I heard that there was like a missing child 3 weeks ago at some point, to the I guess west of town, maybe closer towards the lake.
Like headed to the lake or headed from the lake? Give more clarification, you fucking idiot.
He just
That's
looks
not
to
directed
you-
towards Rune.
he
That's
just
directed towards the
looks-
crier. I need to clarify that is in character, not towards our DM.
No, I know it's towards. Chill the fuck out. I understand. Like I know when. Like it doesn't change the fact that he's gonna be pissy about it. So the town crier's just like. He just looks to you. You know what? I can't remember. And then he just flips you off and walks away. Dumb shit.
Can I throw on?
Sorry, what do you say?
I was gonna say, can I throw Todd?
Sure.
No!
You throw Ta at him. What order do you give Ta?
What order do I grip Todd?
No, what order do you give Ta? What are you telling Ta to do? Are you just throwing Ta at him like a baseball, or are you throwing Ta at him to mangle him like a cat?
Yeah, no, it's straight up a cat. It's a cat. It's just like a go up, just walk up to him. Just walk up to him, see what the fuck happens.
We now need to give Leah a giant crossbow so she can launch Ta from a crossbow.
Cool.
Leah is
So-
proficient in crossbows.
So what happens is you watch Leah pull Ta from underneath her cloak and throw it at the guy, and Ta just like goes, and then immediately just starts like with his bony claws just starts raking at the guy.
I fucking love this creature. Like, this is truly, like, I love Todd so much.
Like, it goes on for about, like, 10 seconds before, what's it called, some people come in, like, yank Ta off, and Ta's, like, clawing at the air, and the guy, you see, like, scratch marks and deep wounds, bleeding heavily, and one person's running off, like, apparently to go get some guards or soldiers.
Okay, so Henna's just gonna grab Leah's hand, turn, and just start running towards where the guy said it was, towards the lake.
Can I,
Like,
grab
we
Ta
must
on our
go
way back?
now.
Ta's in the hands of
Scoop up
another
Ta on our way running.
Ta's in the hands of, like, another person who's basically trying to pin Ta down. Like, since it's a fucking undead who just attacked somebody, they're basically trying to hold on to Ta.
Cool, can I knock that person out or do something? Just knock them over to just grab Ta?
You just want to push them and grab Ta? I'll say sure, roll me in athletics versus theirs.
What am I doing? Athletics?
Yeah.
Cool, I don't have a good one at that.
I mean...
Oh, that's a 19, though.
Cool. So they're trying to, like, deal with Ta, but Ta's, like, still feisty. So you just go over, like, it's a dude, so you kick him in the nuts, and as he just like, oh, fuck! It just drops Ta, and Ta skitters up you, and then you just start booking with Henna.
Cool, I'm gonna yell back, fuck you, in, Aquan, so it sounds like I'm drowning.
Sure, yeah, so you do that. And start running. Are you guys trying to run stealthily or just book it?
You know what?
Okay.
Let's try and not be stared at.
And can we find, like, cover? Jesus Christ, Hannah. Can Leah stick to, like, partial cover? Like, under awnings and stuff?
Sure.
Cool.
Get advantage.
I'm
That's
What the fuck? Hey, yo, what?
we don't exist.
Sorry,
We
Henna
disappear from
Leah
the minds of the town.
who? Henna Leah who?
God.
I'm pretty sure, like, not for nothing, I'm pretty sure this is, like, the third or fourth nat 20 stealth check I've had.
We are ghosts.
Yeah.
That's my
So-
second nat 20. That's my
so-
second nat 20 of the session.
Mrs.
Same.
Mrs.
Nice.
Compress and her sidekick, the Necromancer, disappear into the crowd a la Assassin's Creed, and Homer Simpson backwards as the people are like, what the fuck? And that one person who you're screaming fuck you and Aquan to sound like you're drowning is holding their sack on the ground looking at you as you Homer Simpson into the crowd, who seems none the wiser, and you disappear.
Hey, what would I need to do in order to convince that person and the surrounding people that we were in fact ghosts the entire time?
The problem is you are physically there. Do you have some kind of spell that would create enough of a phenomenon that it makes it look confusing?
I have minor illusion. I can minor illusion, like, the bottom of our feet kind of, like, being, like, what's it called? Or prestidigitation, whichever one would look better for that. And, like, the bottom of our feet make it look like there's, like, a fog around it, so it's like we're not truly touching the ground.
Roll me an
I
Arcana
have
check.
phantasmal force.
Roll me an Arcana check. Would
Oh, cool.
you like to give her a bardic inspiration?
Will Hannah give me bardic inspiration?
Yes, and I'll give you a bardic inspiration.
Sure, add a d12.
Cool. The D12. Cool, I'm gonna need that.
Alright,
What's fun? I'm not good at that. Is that 17? Cool.
Alright. With your 17, people are definitely confused then as they hear like the slow banjo music that Henna's playing, like ding 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 ding, as the fog creeps in around your toes, and you just keep backing up more and more until people are like, what the fuck just happened? You see that one town crier who hadn't fully left yet is on the ground bleeding, and he's like, oh.
We've just psychologically skirting town.
And you see
And
him like
it's
do like a
down.
sign like
We're supposed to be doing this to the garrison, not the town.
you see him do like a sign in the air and mutter, "Dosev, help me! Dosev, help me! Dosev, help me!"
Who helped him?
Dosev,
Who?
I don't know who that is, but
goddess of life.
That's the wrong god. You should be praying to Hannah.
cool. To the lake.
To
Alright,
the lake.
the two of you make your way towards the lake. Alfred, I'll say through shenaniganery, persuasion or confusion, and also whatever money you have. Using whatever money you have, you manage to get the supplies needed for, you know.
You just really don't want to deal with any other fucker. Is what I'm hearing.
Think about it like this. I just dealt with that. Do you want me to repeat the process and have you go down the route of psychologically scarring somebody when I already know it's gonna happen? It's basically gonna
did you say I need to roll in order to determine, or did you just say I managed to get shit?
I will say you managed to get it using whatever money you have and deeply scarring about 3 people along the way.
Okay, I
You also
wanted to make a few things clear here, though. I wanted to do this in a manner that was relatively disassociated with Alfred. Like, have somebody else go buy something for Alfred.
No, I
have
know.
somebody else go buy-
No, I know
Yeah.
what it is. That's what I mean. Like, you get what you need. You scar 3 people,
Okay.
end a marriage, end up, like, having someone kill their prized, cockfighting chicken and cook it up as fried chicken, and you get what you want. Out of, like, it takes, like, 3 hours, but you get what you want, and it only caused the death of 1 thing and caused the end of a marriage, and, like, psychologically scarring 3 people.
Sure, for your sake, I'll knock off my words of terror for now and say that I used that somewhere in there.
No,
That was a
you can
part of
keep
the
your
plan
words
somewhere.
keep your words of terror. This was just pure social bullshit.
Okay, fine. Alfred
say,
will keep his
Magnus,
components and
Magnus, look me in the eye and tell me that it wouldn't have been very similar as to what happened between Leah and Henna and the rest of the townsfolk.
Different flavor.
Different flavor.
I don't think anyone would directly associate Alfred with the chaos, but yeah, it would have been a similar amount of chaos in there, just less connected.
Yeah. So the ghosts disappear. Alfred gets what he wants. Kyler,
But can I
Well-
perform a banshee scream?
sure, rolling performance. See how well your Banshee Scream is. I'm gonna say this is gonna require 25 to really get that wail going.
Oh, please get a nat 20 on your performance. Terrify the fucking town.
Wait, who's the Banshee wailing? I thought was that you, Kyler, or somebody
Oh, I
else?
want Hannah too. I
Oh,
want Hannah too.
that. No, sorry. I thought
She's
you were.
ghosting away.
I thought you were saying that for yourself. I'm pretty sure Henna wants to not be seen.
Oh wait, you want me to do a banshee scream?
Yes.
Okay.
To further terrify
Sure, but
the
I will
town.
say if you want to do a Banshee Scream, you're gonna lose stealth check, and you're gonna have to reroll.
For myself.
I would not bother with it. Once again, we do not want to lead back these shenanigans at the fort to this town.
Yeah, let's not do that. I don't want to lose my nat 20 stealth.
2 nat 20s in a row for stealth checks. People are gone. But yeah. Back over to Creed and Selena. The two of you get yourself on the outskirts of the town of Darut. The town is bustling. People are moving about. Either the goats and mules carrying the carts, being led by those riding them, or people carrying wheelbarrows full of differing things, either grain, water, or any number of things. As you get into the town, what would the two of you like to do?
Creed, go ahead.
Rose?
I didn't say anything.
Okay. Yeah, what would the two of you like to
I
do?
heard someone try to speak.
Not me.
Creed is going to pretty much just go around and try to see what was meant by Beast of Cloven Hooves. See if they're already there or not.
I mean, there are goats, there are mules, so on and so forth.
I don't think they meant a fucking goat though.
Probably not. Probably not. I'll say roll me.
Yeah, otherwise.
Roll me an investigation check.
Okay. I was gonna say, otherwise he's going to try and find the marketplace. That's a 14.
Asking around, eventually, this curmudgeoned old man, missing some of his teeth, and smelling roughly of old leather, hears you and says,
You are looking for a beast of cloven hooves, correct, child? Let me know, is this what you are looking for?
That's what he asked. So I don't say that in character, like under her breath, like obviously.
you see his head, like, twist towards you, Selena, and you hear what sounds like the bones popping.
Oh,
Hello. Good day. May I know your name?
you know, I'm not sure I want to give that to you.
It's fine. Come, come. Names are for history, not for the present. Follow me.
So to look at Creed like, are we following this fucking crazy old man?
He's going to nod and just kind of lean over to her and say, if anyone asks, my name is Iadis.
Okay, do I need a fake name? Like, do I actually need a fake? Is that a thing here?
You might not, but again, you know my story.
Right, that makes sense. I guess we're following creepy old guy.
And what is your story, young man? Please, please. Humble an old man and entertain
Did he
him.
fucking hear him?
Yes? Seems
Oh
like
my
it.
god. It's nothing important. Just doing work for Torek and Chexlo, you know.
Ah, I see. One of you is a priestess of the eternal flame, and you yourself look to worship her. I mean, that is not too odd, but nice to see. Good, good.
And he snaps his head, like, unreasonably fast in your direction, Selena.
It's just dragged into this. I'm not involved.
Oh, if
Can you
you are
speak
dragged in,
common?
if you are dragged in, you are always involved. Come, come.
Oh yeah, I was trusting that he was speaking common.
What was that?
I said I was trusting that he was speaking common, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's the most alarming part to Creed. He's going to just look at Izzy. It's just like, who is this guy? What?
Izzy's looking to you, also, like, looking a little off, and she's like, I do not know.
Seems like he didn't ask anything to Izzy.
He hears you and says, No, it is fine, I don't need information from her. Only you two.
Creed is now looking at Selena like, can he see through our disguises?
She also will match like a
I was gonna
matching
say,
look of concern.
I was gonna say, Creed and Selena both know that if a creature, like, looks at them enough, they have a chance to sort of see through the disguise. It's not a physical thing, it's still an illusion.
Yeah. So Selena's instant concern is going to be the same thing.
I will say he is in his human disguise, so it's like, oh shit. So we're gonna follow him.
Good, good. Come, come. You're going to help me with my errands, and then you're going to help me prepare dinner.
As it is currently the beginning of the day.
Okay.
So, please, tell me
Are you
about
gonna tell
yourself.
us about this cloven hooved thing?
After. We will deal with work after. Formalities aside, I wish to know who you are. Tell me about yourself. You have stories. Tell. You smell of the sea, and he looks to you, Creed, and you smell of new lands.
I was on the sea for a while in my life.
I see.
He's
I
being
see.
very particular with his word choice.
I see.
We just came from the Mid-Meadow Kingdom.
I do not know what this place is, but it's from what I'm getting off of the clothes on your back. It is a fertile land of rich soil.
Yeah, it seemed like it. I wasn't there long.
Creed is 100% in the back of his mind, silently praying to Chexo, like, what the fuck? Is this a lead?
You get a response.
I know. I'm still so confused.
I am confused. Who are you?
The old man
Is
just
that
like
you?
the old man shuffles about and he takes you shopping for some groceries and whatnot. I say groceries, but like getting some fruit, some veggies, and some butchered meat. And asks you guys to carry it for him along the way to his house.
Oh yeah, Creed will cover it.
Now, children, tell me, what do you like? What do you like? What do you do for fun?
What do we do for a living?
For fun.
For fun.
Enjoyability. What do you do to live? What makes you feel alive?
It's just like completely silent. Like I don't.
Creed is going to say, I write a lot.
What does that make you feel alive?
Sometimes
Then good.
when I'm writing my poems, of course I feel alive.
And you, young lady, what is the passion that you find in life that drives you to see a better tomorrow, or at least see tomorrow?
It's a great question. Selena's never pondered in her life. I collect flowers. I guess that's it. I don't really have one.
That is a shame. It is good to enjoy life. You must live it to the best of your extent, lest you become old and withering and doing a lot of things to catch up on the life that you missed.
Creed is gonna look at Izzy.
Live for today to avoid having regrets tomorrow. And you look to Izzy and she's just like completely confused. Like she doesn't know how to take this. This is the most chaotic thing she's had to deal with since seeing you.
Yeah, that's fair.
He's gonna think for a second before he asks, what about you? You've asked us all these questions, but we haven't had a chance to ask you anything.
Please ask away.
What's your name?
Ah, my name is for the future.
Is,
He just sort of
is what?
chuckles. He says, my name is for the future. You did not tell me your name. I will tell you my name through the deeds that I do within this town. You will hear of my great exploits. He says, like, currently in his, like, late 60s. And heavily frail. As I said earlier, names are not necessary now. Continue.
Then I guess, what do you do for a living? Or fun, whatever.
I keep a promise. Not for fun, but that is what I do with most of my days. I survive and keep a promise. What I do for fun, well, we will engage with that later. After dinner.
What promise?
Ambien, he's going to eat you for dinner.
As you ask what promise, he says, look, what a beautiful baby kid. And he goes over to, like, this baby goat and just says, here, pet it, it will make you feel better. Offers it to both of you.
Creed's gonna just kind of shrug it, and he'll pet the goat and give him a smile.
It's a very soft goat.
He'll just kind of give an awkward chuckle and just be like, I'm more into, like, rats and such.
How do you do with scarabs?
What?
He just shrugs.
He just sort of chuckles and continues shuffling about down the road. So tell me, how do you take your food? Do you take it spicy? Do you take it salty, sweet, savory? Tell me what flavor you like. Both of you, all three of you.
I guess I prefer savory.
Sorry, what did Chris say? Savory? Okay.
Yeah, I guess I prefer savory.
And you? He looks to Selena.
I haven't had much sweet. It's usually. I eat a lot of, like, game meat, you know? Like, that's usually what I'm used to.
Well, I will make you some beautiful dinner with some meat that will melt off the bone.
Lovely.
Creed is going to do a quick insight check.
Sure. Roll insight. What are you trying to gauge?
If this man's gonna eat us.
Oh yeah. I got a 17.
With your 17, you can at least tell he's not a cannibal.
Thanks for him. Not a cannibal.
Then, after that, he's gonna just give another smile, but he is going to try and cast Detect Thoughts through his Legacy of Dis.
Alright, so you're just casting it at the thing, you're not trying to pry deeper yet?
No, it's like, you can cast Detect Thoughts once per long rest without expending a spell slot.
Yeah, I get it. Alright, so reading his surface level thoughts, you hear, it is a shame that these children have not had a chance to really live yet. Hopefully that will change soon. And then you just start hearing thoughts of, like, ingredients and different spices and stuff. Seems like he's thinking about what to prepare for dinner.
Okay, he's
just
not gonna
generally a nice old man, and Selena immediately doubts him.
He's not gonna probe any deeper, but he's gonna look around and see if there's anyone that can catch his attention.
Sure, roll perception. And so from time to time gets one or more of you to help him pick, like, certain herbs and whatnot.
21.
Looking around,
you see what looks to be a cloaked individual trailing you guys.
He's going to shift his detect thoughts to the individual following.
Okay. As you do so, you think for a moment or you concentrate on shifting it, and you hear, how much longer should I watch them? I do not wish for it to go like last time, so maybe an hour or two more.
Oh,
Then at this point it seems like his trails, or that his thought trails deeper into his mind, and you can't really gauge with your surface level detect thoughts. You have to pry deeper.
This is probably a mistake, but he's going to probe deeper.
Alright, so he's the creature's gotta make
That's a wisdom
save.
saving throw
Wonderful.
with a DC 12.
Okay. Wisdom save, correct?
Yes.
So, as you cast or as you concentrate a bit deeper, you almost feel like there's a door, and you try to open it, but behind the door is another door as it pushes you back past the first door, and in this moment you realize that it didn't work, and that this person, whoever this is, knows that you tried to get further into their head. And the last thought you hear is, unfortunate. Seems that they know of my presence. A little gift back in return. I need you to make me a wisdom save, Creed.
That's a 13.
Creed. You feel the overwhelming urge. You think this is right. This is the thing to do. To go and stab Selena. So as Selena's talking to Izzy and the old man, you pull out your scimitar and immediately go to swing at her. I need Creed to make an attack roll at advantage.
An
oh
advantage?
boy.
Yes, because it is a surprise attack.
That's a 21.
That'll hit!
Roll your damage. Yeah. Roll your damage.
8.
And add your divine smite.
Oh.
Oh!
Oh.
I hurt.
That's a 2d8 extra damage.
Uh-huh.
I'm so sorry.
Uh-huh.
It all depends on what spell slot you were told to use.
Well, your highest
That's
level.
7.
Or
I'm pretty sure Creed only has first level spell slots at the moment.
He's got second level spells.
Then yeah, you then use a second level spell slot.
Alright.
actually 3d8.
So,
That is another extra 2 on top of that.
So,
What was the total? What was the damage?
22?
22?
Uh-huh.
Including the smite or without the smite?
That's with the smite.
Including.
Thing.
Okay.
So as you...
I'm not down.
Yeah. What's called Selena, as you're talking with Izzy and the old man, you immediately feel a sharp pain in your back as you feel the heat of being cut, and you look back and see Creed with a slightly aloof look on his face and a bloody scimitar in his hand. I need you, both of you, to roll initiative. Creed, all you are focused on is incapacitating Selena.
12.
And you will
17.
Stop, and you will stop at nothing to achieve this.
I like to think he's got this crazed look in his eye right now. Like, he doesn't look normal.
Yeah. Creed, you feel ecstatic. You have wanted to make something hurt like you have before. And it has been so long, not since the fucking ship, that you got to feel this vindication in your feelings. I'll quickly pull up Izzy's sheet. There we go. So, first in initiative, it is... Izzy. She's gonna see you immediately having cut Selena, and she's going to say, Creed, what the hell are you doing? And she's going to see the, like, looking around, like, oh, what's happening? And, looking around, let me see. She is going to... I'll say that she's gonna pull out her short sword and just try and, like, non-lethally just take a swing at your head just to knock some sense into you. Does a 24 hit you, Creed?
Yes, duh.
Yeah. Selena, you watch as Izzy, like, underneath the robes, she just, like, cuts a hole in her religious robes and just slices across Creed's shoulder, drawing a bit of blood, dealing 7 piercing damage and... nope, no, wrong thing. She's going to use her bonus action to make her sword glow with a bright light, and she does an extra 6 radiant damage for a total of 13, Creed, as she just cuts you across the the shoulder. And let me just double check something.
Random comical note, I find it kind of funny that before the session I was listening to Enemy by Imagine Dragons.
Sure.
It fits what's going on right now a little too well.
Yeah.
Okay, you gotta make another wisdom saving throw, Creed.
That's a 9.
As she sees that you still haven't lost the sort of crazed look in your eyes, she's gonna, like, try and cut you across the other shoulder, as she also pulls out her second short sword. And yeah, let's see if this one hits. $20 to hit, and you take 5 damage. Yeah, you take 5 damage. Roll me another wisdom save, Creed.
Oh, thank God. 22.
Okay, so as she slashes across one shoulder, Selena, you see Creed is still thinking. She's, like, clicks her teeth and slashes across his other shoulder, and eventually see the look of confusion in his eyes, and it seems whatever was controlling you, Creed, the connection is broken. As you look around for where the cloaked individual was, they're no longer there.
He's going to curse in let's just say Less Scrodian. He's going to just mutter a curse, and he's going to carefully look at Solana and see what he did, and he's just like offering his hand out to her, and like he's got lay on hands pool just for if she trusts him still.
Yeah, no. She will slap that hand away.
Okay, so Linus, I'm sorry. Crap. Do you mind if I try healing some of your wounds?
Fine. Ah, fuck.
Okay, she's gonna.
What the hell was that?
Something had control of Creed for a moment.
So Selena's very angry expression will soften almost immediately at those
She's
words.
not looking at you.
You,
is looking at his hands, hyperventilating.
yeah, she gives you 7 hit points back.
Hey,
Selena,
thanks.
how much damage did you take? I think 15. No, not 15.
No, 22.
Damage? Yeah, you took 22 damage. Yeah, she's gonna heal you for 7, and then she's gonna look and say, okay, it can help you with some of it if you're willing to. Forgive him. I don't know what happened, Creed. What happened? What did you feel? What did you hear?
I was just detecting thoughts. I saw someone following us, and I they were weird. Just, I tried to go deeper, and I think they took control of me then.
She looks. Let's keep moving. We have to pay attention. If any of us feel anything weird, we have to immediately let the others know in case that whoever took control of you might still be around. As the old man
He's
says,
gonna he's gonna nod at that, but he's like putting a lot of distance between y'all and himself.
the old man is sticking to close to where you are and is sort of dragging you along further, as close as he can to like Selena and Izzy. And he's gonna say, "Oh no, it's fine. Come on, let's go. Time for dinner." All right. So it seems things have gotten interesting. Come, I will try and take you to a safe spot. Please, follow me. The old man seems a little less chipper and cheery and a lot more like, let's get you guys somewhere safe.
Lena will, like, slow down and kind of grab Creed's arm if he'll let her. And just be like, listen, I understand not having control. It's okay.
All he's going to do in response is set his hand on you and give you all 15 points of his healing.
Hey, thanks, buddy. She'll take it this time.
Yeah, with actually, funny enough, with the Izzy 7, you managed to get just enough hit points to get back to full.
Yeah, that's exactly full. Hey.
Yeah, that's what I said. It's exactly full.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, as you continue following the old man out of the town, he says,
I do not know what that was, but you all seem new to town. Do you happen to know the recent history?
I know no history.
He looks to Credence and Izzy at this point.
I have not been home in many years. Everything is new to me again.
And Izzy says, I am unaware of what is happening. He says,
5 years ago, a woman came along and started asserting her dominance over the regions, forcing them to bend the knee to her, and, well, worship her to an extent, but mostly pay tribute to her. People call her the Worm Princess, and she rules with an iron fist for the most part. Daily life doesn't seem to be affected, but every month we have to pay tributes to a clan of blue dragons that she's controlling, led by their patriarch, the Sapphire Star.
We met one of those, well, not met, thank the gods, but definitely came across one of those dragons.
Well, good thing that you survived that encounter. But they have many servants around, those who act as their eyes and ears and sometimes their enforcers. I do not know who it was that controlled you, but it might have been one of the people that work for the Worm Princess. One of her children, as they say. I would be careful, and I do not know why you have been targeted by them if you are, but if you have been, you are in grave danger. All three of you.
It's another group to avoid, right? We've been here.
What was that?
It says, another group to avoid. We've been here.
You have.
Crave is thinking very intensely. Like, he's still giving as much distance as he can, but he's currently, like, staring at the ground, putting a few things together. And he just looks at the old man and says, "You knew the entire time we were being followed, didn't you?"
No, I did not. If I did, I would have tried to get us to my house sooner. I did not know that you were being followed, but I can only see one of the Worm Princess's people as being the culprits as to what controlled you. Some of them wield great magics.
Who are you?
I am but a simple old man who made a promise long ago and is keeping it to this day.
Made a promise long ago, what?
Who is keeping it to this day?
is going to use Divine Sense.
What does that do?
Till the end of your next turn, you can sense anything affected by the Hallow spell or know the location of any celestial fiend undead within 60 feet that is not behind total cover.
You don't sense any celestial or fiends or undead outside of yourselves. And let me just double check what the Hollow spell is. You said what's the distance? 50 feet of you?
60.
60. As you are getting closer and you see a hut and what looks to be a temple nearby, you faintly feel up ahead, just at the edge of your range, the essence of the Hollowed spell.
Oh. What's that do again?
The Hollowed spell is basically a place of holy or unholy power. You don't know which.
He's going to motion towards it and ask, what is that place?
Up ahead is a temple dedicated to the eternal flame. And nearby is my home, not too far.
He's going to keep following, but he's staying quiet.
Okay.
Like, he's back into trying to figure out what's going on.
Mm-hmm. Alright. What about Selena?
She's following behind, but keeping like very close eye out as they walk.
Okay.
Let's just get off the street. Yeah.
Alright. So you guys continue following this old man closer and closer to the temple, and eventually reach the general area of it. It's still day, as you're carrying some goods with you. Give me a second. Wait, what? Oh, here. I am blind. Fun. You know what I'm gonna say? We're gonna take a quick, like, 5-minute break while I'm just finishing some stuff off.
Okay.
Seriously,
what
like,
are they doing?
who are they after? I'm not sure.
What's up?
Said that moment when I'm not sure who they're after. Like, is it both of them? Is it one of them? Unsure. It could be either.
It could be all of the above.
All of the above.
Yo, Creed feels like shit right now.
I'm sure he does.
Selena was
Oh my
pissed
God.
until she was like, oh, fuck.
Damn it. Mind control.
I'm not allowed to be mad at you about this.
I don't want to be a hypocrite.
Yeah, I very much am not allowed to be upset when you were not in control of your mind.
I'm just like, wow. They knew I was paladin because they made me use Divine Smite. It's like, oh shit, they've been around
Well,
this for a while.
they might not have known you were paladin. The command probably just inferred that, like, any means necessary, which would mean use everything you have, which is why you used a smite.
Oh yeah, if y'all didn't knock him out, the first thing he would have done was start his blade song, and then instantly use sword burst.
Oh, that would have been bad.
That would have been fun.
Oh yeah, like it's like he now knows the magic he can use.
Be glad that you rolled bad on initiative.
Oh yes. But yeah.
Hopefully the Mid-Meadow crew has stuff prepared for their plan.
I am as prepared for this chaos as I will ever be.
I will also say, Creed has distinctly not even attempted to heal himself one bit.
Understandable.
But yeah, now he's like pulling out all the stops, like, okay, I need to know everything about everything right now. I will be right back.
Okay.
I've just thought of another fun new bard that I could build.
Oh, what do you have in mind?
She would be a College of Whispers bard. But, yeah, there's not a snowball's chance in hell you'd ever be able to say her name.
Do it. Send it.
Let me double check, make sure I'm remembering how to spell it right. Alright, Rune, here you go. I'm gonna at you so you see it.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Didna.
Nope.
How?
Cleaner.
Cleena?
Yep. She is the Irish goddess of banshees.
Okay, fair.
Which also amusingly has her in charge of water spirits as well. She's basically a goddess of the sea.
Back turn.
Welcome back.
You didn't miss much.
I'm impressed someone else knew how to say Clena's name, though.
I'm pretty sure Lainey has a strong understanding of like Celtic mythology and
Sure
whatnot?
does.
Laharim Gilga?
Mm.
Do you know who Satanta is?
I recognize that name, but I am not on Adderall right now.
Oh, are you out?
Does the name Nemain mean anything to you?
No.
Sad.
Alright.
About Maha or Bad?
Is everybody ready to
Okay.
get back to it?
Let's not gatekeep Celtic knowledge.
Fair.
Oh, I'm not gatekeeping. I'm asking if they sound familiar.
I know, but it's coming off very problematic.
I'm fascinated because I don't meet many people who actually know the real name of Cuchulainn or any of the three faces of the Morrigan.
Reasonable.
That's
but-
why I asked if any of those three names sounded familiar, because Nemain, Maha, and Bad are the three faces of the Morrigan, and I'm fascinated.
Okay, I'm here.
Come back.
You guys ready?
Are you here, though?
I very quickly moved to a laptop because Roll20 won't load on my tablet.
It's just because your tablet hates you,
Oh yeah, I know.
or because it's an iPad. Or both.
Both.
Since your bestie's not here to say it, ¿por qué no los dos?
You guys should all be able to see the map, right?
Yes.
Jeez, I see the map.
Alright.
I clicked the wrong button. No.
So, as you guys get to this, elderly man's, abode area, you notice the sands around you, a little pond, like an oasis area, some kind of stone pillar and more all around you, and then the entrance to the temple, to a temple. Both are free to move your tokens about as you'd like.
Sorry, when you're cutting out for me, is that just me?
No, I was saying
Yeah, you're
you-
cutting out.
Okay, I was saying you have the ability to move your tokens as you'd like.
You have,
Hello?
Now I hear you.
I was saying you
I
guys
heard.
you guys can move your tokens as you'd like.
Oh shit! Are we on a map?
You guys
Yeah.
can see it?
Why do you think I moved to a laptop?
I missed that. Oh boy. Okay.
Asked if we could see the map.
Listen,
Don't
I
worry
have
about it.
animals bugging me.
Huh? You had analysts bugging you?
So I had
Animals
animals
bite me.
bugging. Animals bugging.
It was close.
Yeah.
The old man drags you over and he says, "There is a lot that is happening, and from what I've seen, you may have things that you are involved with that you are over your head with. That's safe to say."
Say that's a fair assessment.
Would you also say that is a fair assessment, young man?
You cut out, so I didn't understand. I'm sorry.
The
Do
guy
you also
said,
say that is a fair assessment, young man?
"Yeah."
Yeah, I didn't hear the actual statement. Oh, yeah. He just nods.
Mhm.
And he says, "Good. All right. Come in, rest, eat. There is much to deal with later, but for now, we rest." Tell me, how did you end up in these lands?
We were transported here by Torek herself.
The Eternal Flame gave you, transported you themselves?
Yes. We've been sent to find a sword.
What kind of sword?
A flaming one.
Alright, and I can understand that. Do you understand the meaning of this? Is this an omen, a portent of things to come? Please, tell me what you know. Hello?
We
Did I cut out?
let me think how to say things.
Okay, no, I didn't know if I cut out or not.
No, you didn't. Selena just fully does not understand exactly why this goddess wants her to find a sword.
Creed is going
It's
to...
just they're both buffering.
Yeah.
Yeah. Creed is going to just take a moment to pause and say, "We were sent after the Dawn's Gambit specifically for my friend here," and he motions towards Selena, "to use in order to allow me into her good graces one more time, as well as help her," and he points to Selena again, "with something from her past."
I see.
And while we were traveling here, we found a small temple that seemed discarded, and when I went to praise both Chexlo and Torek, I believe I heard Chexlo asking me to protect the root.
Protect us from what? Is he referencing the children of the Sapphire Star? Or, the Worm Princess herself?
He's going to say word for word, "Go to the root, protect from beast of cloven hooves."
You see a look of revelation on this old man's face, and he says, "That is why you are here. Are you... I see now. Come. I understand a lot better now why I find myself having met you all today. Tonight we will feast, we will rest, we will relax, and tomorrow I will take you to what you are supposed to do." Please follow me. And he leads you, like, over into this hut. I don't know why I'm playing, but yeah, the old man. Isn't there? It is very small. I do not have I have my cooking utensils here and stuff, but I need you to help me bring it over to, well, close to the water so that I can start the boiling process. I'll make you a wonderful stew, all of you. And
Creed will grab whatever pot is going to be used and just go take it to the water.
Alright.
Silent.
I need both Creed and Selena to roll me perception checks while you're helping the old man and moving about.
Sure.
You guys can move around the map as you'd like.
Come on, roll. Oh, that's not good. That's a 13.
Alright. Selena?
25.
Alright, Selena. You notice that
You'd probably be standing
among
up there.
I was gonna say, you notice among the sand,
all around there seems to be some kind of like deeper crunch to it at certain points. And as you shift the sand around to see what's underneath, you see what looks to be stone inlaid with rubies or something. Something like a red material. Seems to be running all around the area.
Um,
You okay?
could she like?
Oh,
Yeah. Could she like try to unbury a little bit of it and like investigate it and like look closer at it?
Sure. As you're over here by this rug, you unbury it just a bit, and yes, and you notice a line starting to form in a almost crescent manner across the sand here. Seems to continue.
Continue like down this way?
It seems to continue in multiple different directions.
Oh.
A bit over here, a bit over here, further down the dune, and you continue looking. Do you continue to uncover it?
She'll probably call out to the old man. Like, do you know anything about this stone?
Sorry, what?
The stone with the red rubies or something in it?
Stone. Oh, I do not know what you speak of.
You live here and you've never seen this?
No, I've never noticed this within my life.
Are we in the area that is affected by the Hallow spell?
Do you want to take another Divine Sense and check?
Oh, I would have an extra one. I just forgot to do the long rest. Yeah, I'll use my second one.
Sure. Yes, you feel you are still within the Hollow spell.
Is there any way for him to try and figure out if it's with holy or unholy power? Any way at all?
Double check. Unfortunately, you can't tell. But you do see that this temple, from how long you've been here, the last like 30 minutes, does seem to be dedicated to Torek, so all you can do is hope that it is for holy magics.
Okay. Then, he is back to silently praying to Chexlo. Just give me any sign.
You don't feel anything, or at least nothing too tangible. What are you doing now, Selena?
She'll continue to check out this stone and follow it.
You're gonna continue the pattern that's emerging?
Yeah.
Okay.
So she'll move, like, I assume, down this way and continue to uncover stuff.
Alright, give me a sec. So I'll just keep drawing it out as you go further and further. Go further and further.
Strange.
As I keep looking, it seems like some of it is even found within the water.
What is this circle thing here? Is that like a platform?
That seems to be some kind of stone pillar.
Okay.
You aren't sure
Can
what's
she
going on with
check
that.
out the pillar to see if there's any like markings on it or anything?
There does seem to be some markings. What languages do you know?
Oh, not many. She knows. Oh, she knows more than I thought. Abyssal, Common, Druidic, Infernal, Primordial, and Telepathy. Yeah.
And what?
I said Elemental Telepathy.
Okay. It's not in a language you know. What do you wish to do at this point?
She'll call back out to Creed and be like, "Hey, Creed or Izzy or someone, can you read this thing?"
He'll look over and say, I can cast comprehend languages.
Perfect. What does this say?
Looking at
He'll
it,
go.
Yeah, you cast comprehend languages, I assume.
Yeah, but he's gonna do it as a ritual so he can keep a spell slot.
Sure. Looking at it after casting the spell, it seems to be less of a direct less of a direct like speech or like text or anything, and it seems to be symbology, something. Looking at it, roll me a Arcana check.
$11.
Okay. With your Arcana check, you can't quite make out what it is, but there is some thing written in Celestial.
He'll call over to Izzy.
Alright, you get Izzy involved and she starts looking over it. And she reads out, reveal the faces of the three moons and uncover the gate to the land beyond the sky. Find the 7 suns and break the seal. And try not to die. For those of greed, they'll be undone. For those of virtue shall see the sun. Upon their grace, I shall be revealed. With a sacrifice. And then she's trying to scratch something out and she's like, what the fuck is that? With a sacrifice or a twisted deal.
Well, that sounds awful.
Doesn't sound great.
When you said she tried to scratch something out, was that on a pillar or was she like scratching her head to think?
That was some scratching something off of the pillar, like some extra like caked on dirt and debris. Like it seems like there's some old sediment and like stone, like it's an old stone, and There's a lot of dust and sand that's cracked into the grains, and she's just like, okay, gotta like carve it out so I can see what the words are properly.
Mhm.
Um,
Mm.
so I'm just gonna like telepathically say to Creed, is it weird that this guy never saw this down here?
He's going to reply in your mind. I find it weirder that I know I'm cursed by Torek, and my father had 7 sons.
Here, I guess.
He is entirely just like, okay, this is a thing.
So, Selena,
Mm-hmm.
do you continue uncovering the sort of red lines that hide beneath the sand?
Yeah.
Alright.
She's really interested with.
With Izzy's help and maybe Creed's, it takes you not that much longer, and eventually you see what is on the map. You see what looks to be some circles overlapping each other. Roll me another perception check, Selena.
Yeah, sure. 24.
As you were looking around and uncovering all these, while you were up here, you noticed underneath the sand, faintly, are looks to be 2 carved in iconography of suns with 2 very large yellow gems on either side. I also noticed one over here. And during that, you noticed that the actual pillar itself seems to be split off into 3 different segments.
So I'm not good at puzzles.
What was that?
Said, oh, I'm so not good with puzzles.
I'll say the backup crowd can also choose to help if they want. If they figure
Oh,
it
yeah.
out. I'm not talking about Creed. I also mean just you guys. Like,
But yeah, the rest of the party.
you want to help each
Yeah.
other. I'm not stopping you.
Oh, welcome back. We have a puzzle. Help with the puzzle. You're smart. I know you're
I'd
not
offer
help,
to
but
help
you're
with the
smart.
puzzle, but I'd need it written down.
Yeah, I didn't hear any of what was happening.
I'll say currently, Selena managed to uncover underneath the sand some red lines running in the shape of 4 overlapping circles, and noticed that the pillar in the center has 3 different segments, and also managed to find 3 different locations where there were carved in suns with gems in the middle of them. And yeah, about 3 of those.
Can you put what was written on the pillar in the chat so I can, if you have it written down already? I would assume you do.
Sure. I'll put it in info.
Thank you.
When in doubt, start poking shit.
Selena has kind of been poking at shit. The sun. So one of these suns. They have a gem in the middle of it.
Both of them. One here.
All of them do. Yeah,
And
yeah.
also a third one over here.
So, okay. There are 3 of these circle things.
3 of which circle things?
Well, here,
These, yeah.
here, and here.
Uh,
There are 3 of those.
there are 3 of those circles. There's a circle in the middle where they connect, and then the outline beneath all of that is a circle. So, in a way, 4 overlapping circles.
Why don't one of you go stand in each of those circles? There are 3 of you, right?
Yeah.
Yes, but however, if they're not standing in the right spots, they all die. Or at least that's what I took away from the little puzzle poem that went with it.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the puzzle thing, the poem.
Yeah, I think I wrote
but-
it down properly, but I'm gonna wait to see.
I can't see it because I'm not in your info.
I will send it to you,
It's
Lenny.
not
I can't see
even in
it.
our
It's not there yet. It's not there yet.
Cool.
We've
What-
already nearly lost Selena once tonight. Let's not actually lose her, Izzy, and Creed.
Yeah. Selena's fine now. It's good. She's good.
There,
We'll see about that.
you said there were like gems in each of these little circles.
Oh, I can't get through to the
suns.
place with the last sun. Is there a door here?
Oh, sorry. Let me. Yeah.
Also, what are these boxes?
These look like coffins, and at the other end of the room looks like a set of stairs that leads underground.
Do the stairs seem blocked off?
No, they look
Okay.
like they lead underground.
Okay, she's not going to go to those stairs yet, but it's good to know that those are there.
Can we inspect the coffins?
Sure. What would you like to do? Just lift the lids? What?
First, I want to see the outside.
They look
Like-
like they're shaped exactly the same size as an Aasimar and 2 tieflings.
Exactly. No. Looking outside of it.
Oh. There are 7 coffins.
Yeah. There are 7 coffins.
Oh, okay.
That
And
calms
there's
down.
a
a lot.
Hannah-sized coffin, a Meteor coffin, a Leah-sized coffin, and an Enoch-sized coffin. There, that's 7.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Creed would absolutely just kind of peek into one of them.
Alright. Peeking into one of them, you find what looks to be a skeleton. Along
Yeah, I'm gonna leave the skeleton alone.
with
Yeah.
what looks to be some kind of parchment in their hands.
Oh, well, guess I'm not leaving the skeleton alone.
Oh yeah, Creed's going to go for the fucking scroll.
Alright.
For the parchment.
You pull the parchment out, and it seems to be some weird arcane gibberish. You can roll an Arcana check.
Arcana.
I probably don't have those goggles with Selena. Just ask for him.
16.
16?
Yes.
Okay. You study it, and from what you can understand, because it is written in your native language, Chris, so Selena, you're just completely out of it. judging from it, it seems to be some kind of spell scroll, and from what you've gathered, at least the only name that you could think of the spell in question is that of Wall of Sand.
He's going to check every other coffin.
Looking at every other coffin, you find not much left. You find what looks to be 2 different potion vials. And one of them has some kind of ceremonial dagger.
Did you put that in info room?
I'm gonna be completely honest. I don't actually have it written out, so that's the problem.
You didn't have it. Did you make that up off the top of your head?
Yes and no.
Okay, cool.
I made enough of it off the top of my head that I have to now play the remembering game.
I wrote down as best I could.
Mm-hmm.
Can you put down what you had?
Oh yeah. If my tablet will load.
I went to that some at the beginning, and then it sure did just keep going, and I was like, oh no.
Oh no. Words.
That's what I got.
Suns would be SUNS.
Okay. Sun.
The virtue after virtue would be will see the sun.
We'll see the sun.
Yeah. Also, that was all of it. I'm pretty sure.
Job.
Hell yeah, I'm a college student.
Mm-hmm.
What is this thing in the water?
That seems to be another kind of pillar, but smaller. Like it seems to be some kind of like stone pillar that's in the water, like like made by somebody.
Okay.
There's also some lotuses in there.
Hold
Are
on.
the
a
3
second.
circles in the pattern supposed to be different sizes?
Yeah, there might be
Well,
some different sizes.
Because so there's 3 moons, right?
I don't know. You just see circles. You see 1 circle, 2 circles.
Oh, no, I just mean in general. Like this world has 3 moons.
The world used to have 4 moons before they converged into 1.
Oh, all of them converted into 1?
Yes, for about 3-4 years ago, the 4 different moons that were both considered to be Vicorn's children, but also Vicorn herself, merged into 1. And there's only 1 moon in the sky anymore, like, which people have been sort of adjusting to and getting used to.
I feel like this fucking poem doesn't make sense. I feel like those of virtue will see the sun. I feel like that's a clue that's like as to the positioning, but I'm like also like who here is a virtue?
Probably Creed and Izzy.
Definitely not Creed.
Oh, well, just Izzy.
Yeah. What's going on in this area that I'm currently in?
That seems to be some kind of, what looks to be a room constructed out of the natural, like, rock formation that seems to have, like, some of the wall damaged and crumbled in and has not really seen of any use in a long while.
since we're now all in this together, is there anything of note about the 3 different circles? Like, do they have a slot in them for like a gym or anything like that?
From what you're noticing, no, none of them have any. From what Selene has seen, they don't have any kind of like hidden opening or anything. They just seem to be circles carved into stone and inlaid with some kind of like red crystal or gem material that runs into this general pattern that has the pillar at the center of it all.
And you said the
And
pillar
what
was
was
in 3
noteworthy of
parts.
the pillar again?
By
It's
the
in
way,
3 parts.
over here is a what looks to be some kind of like golden iron door, like just underneath this or behind this carpet, is a sort of like golden metal door that has a large circular socket in it.
And what was noteworthy about the central pillar again?
It seems to be in the center of all of this entire pattern.
Does it have any sort of inscriptions or anything on its face?
Yeah, it had the thing that Izzy read before, along with some kind of weird scribblings that Creed wasn't really able to make heads or tails of with his Arcana check.
Well, you had said they were largely pictograms. Can you describe what those pictograms look like to me?
They would look like a combination of religious text, like let's say hieroglyphics, maybe like hieroglyphics that is sort of like overlaid on top of some very vague, almost Sumerian-esque scriptures, and all of it is sort of like hacked up and carved up in some manner or another with something else unintentionally, like during its initial creation, carved into it that Creed wasn't able to fully gauge.
So then that theory's now out. Because I was asking that because if there were any sort of inscriptions of what the moons might have looked like, the pillar would have been rotational and it could have lined up with those 3 moons that are carved into the red crystal on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
But if there's no picture that would match up, that theory is disproven.
There are no pictures of the moon or anything like that.
See, if I were playing as one of my druids, this would be the point where I'd just cast Moonbeam on each of the different moons.
I thought about it. I was looking for moons.
What's the okay? Earlier, I thought I saw like some kind of sun thing appear.
Yes.
Yeah. There are 2 suns up here.
There are 2 suns up there. Okay. That makes me think.
There's one down in here.
Yeah, and there's one in the sarcophagus.
There's one in the pillar as well.
Is the sun in the pillar?
There is.
Yeah,
a
we
sun in
can't
the
see it
pillar.
though. We can't see it.
Oh, okay.
Like if you slam yourself into the pillar, yeah, you can see it, but
I cannot see anything inside the pillar. I can't go inside the pillar. It's blocked off from me.
Where's the
So,
other sun?
You said the stairs can go down, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
if you
Chris
go to the
gonna
exact
go look.
spot that I have the dice at, you can see inside the pillar and see the sun.
Yeah.
You're going
Craig is going
I
to
see.
go down.
Okay, you're gonna go down. As you go down, you see a lot more coffins.
Oh fuck. I'm gonna check the fucking coffins.
Roll me
I
investigation.
Creed.
Roll me investigation.
Investigation. Oh, that's a 7.
Looking around, you realize that everything here is dangerously frail. You
Do you
feel
really
like-
think that's gonna stop him?
True. As you go through and look through some stuff, they keep breaking or crumbling in your hands.
For these coffins that Creed is looking at, Do the depictions that you have in this map match what is on the coffins?
Yes.
How many of them have suns?
There are moons on 2 of these coffins that I can see.
3 of them have...
Actually, 3.
3 of them have moons, and 4 of them have wings on them, with a sun icon.
What about underneath?
Underneath, there are about 10 more coffins, and 7 of them have wings, while 2 of them have moons.
Wait, okay. No, wait. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. No, because that would be 8 suns total. Damn.
How many were moons?
3.
There's 3 on the surface.
Yeah, I'm asking Rune, how many were moons?
Yeah,
Underneath.
on the surface, 3.
No, underneath.
Underground.
Oh, underground. I believe it's 2 of them are moons.
Hmm. 2 moons under, 3 on top. And then the suns?
There are 4 wings and suns up top and 6 down below.
There's 15 in total, right?
Should be. One sec. Did the math wrong? Or just
Possibly
math wrong?
wolves, man.
In total, there should be about 10 suns and 5 moons.
I don't have a pearl. I don't have a pearl. Fuck it. Creed's going to use detect magic.
Okay. As you cast Detect Magic, it looks like some of the coffins don't actually exist, some of them seem to be illusions.
Interesting.
How many of the suns and moons below are real?
The only ones that seem to be real, or at least don't seem to be illusion magic, are 3 of the suns. The rest all seem to be illusions.
Okay, he's going to take note of where those are, and then he's going to, look it up top to see how many of the coffins on top are real.
All of the coffins up top are real.
So between the coffins up top and the real coffins below, there are 7 suns.
7 suns and 3
Seven.
moons.
3 moons.
And 3 moons.
Creed 100% when he gets up there, he's looking around, and Selena's in the room, right?
Uh-huh.
He's going to just say, he's just going to say, there are more coffins downstairs and some of them aren't real. He's got this crazy look of I'm figuring it out.
Just nod, worriedly. Creed, okay.
But this is the first time you're seeing him with a puzzle, and he looks like he's having the time of his life.
Okay, so
He's then going to immediately yeet himself back down the stairs to start trying to move the coffins that are real.
can Selena look at the moon on this coffin she's next to?
Sure. Look at the moon. What are you
Like,
trying to
does
figure
it-
out?
Does it seem to move? Is there something on it?
Roll investigation.
Okay.
Actually,
What's weird about it is that with the moon coffin lids, where the actual moon is, seems to be rotatable,
Mm-hmm.
almost like a dial.
Okay.
The actual base of the coffin, like where it is, it's actually like sort of it melded into the stone, like it seems to be carved from the actual like ground itself. But the top side is removable.
Yeah. Creed's going to look into the coffins that are real below.
Okay. You look into the coffins, and there are no people in there.
Is there anything, like, in them?
Roll a perception check.
Perception, please be good. Fuck yeah, that's 21.
With your perception check, you're able to see words carved into it. One of them...
Do I understand them?
Yes, you do. And you almost wish you didn't.
Oh no.
One says Elias, one says Selena, and one says Isabel.
He's gonna just slowly walk back up, looking mortified, and he's just like, those coffins are for us.
What? What do you mean the coffins are for us?
It had our names in there.
It what?
Yup. He's gonna just like grab her hand and pull her down to show her.
Alright, he shows you, and yeah, you confirm that your name is carved into one of the coffins and does not look fresh.
How is my name in a coffin? Like your name makes, wait. Selena wouldn't recognize his name, would she?
No.
No.
No, my name is here, and Izzy's name is here.
Yes.
Then you see one that says Elias.
You said
Not too late.
No,
No.
we still got.
You're just in time for
We're
a
dealing
puzzle.
with a puzzle.
We're going to discuss. We're going to discuss Elias later, but how is mine? Your names would make sense because you're from here. At least people would have your names, right? That would make sense.
Hold on, just a second. What is the iconography on the coffin for Selena and Creed?
For Selena,
what?
it is... remember, all three of the coffins that are down here...
All of us
are
down there are
sons.
sons.
Oh yeah, they're all sons.
Can I get
They're in
context?
the middle of a puzzle.
We found coffins with our names.
As part of this puzzle.
What?
Yeah. So, he's going to like grab Izzy and pull her down and show her.
While he goes to get Izzy, Selena's gonna do a stupid thing and examine.
Are you going to get in them?
No, she's not gonna get in it, but she's gonna examine the one with her name on it.
Alright,
My
what are
current
you gonna...
theory is that in order to resolve the puzzle, you guys are going to have to lay in the coffin that has your name on it.
I don't like that.
Well, remember, part of the puzzle was
Try not
be
to die.
sacrifice and try not to die.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Reveal the faces of the three moons and uncover the land to the gate beyond the sky. Find the seven suns and write the seal and try not to die. For those of greed will be undone. For those of virtue will see the sun. Upon their grace, I shall be revealed with a sacrifice or a twisted deal.
My thinking on that is you guys are going to go back to one of the heavens and be presented with a either Faustian deal or congratulations, you completed your task. So you need to fix the faces on the moon coffins first, and then it will open up some effect. Probably like open the ceiling or something mundane. Then you guys are going to have to lay in those coffins that have your names on it, since you have now found the seven suns. The four above and the three below.
The coffins upstairs had bodies in them, right?
Yeah, Creed is 100% going to, like, tell Izzy, hey, I found coffins with our names in them, and, like, tell her where to go, but then he's going to go to the old man.
Okay, you make your way to the old man as Izzy is just, like, looking up at the sky, almost like, why? Why is my life?
Yeah.
The old man is currently just making his stew. Greetings. Hello there. Are you liking the area?
What's your name?
My name? That is a long story. But, you may call me. You may call me Daresh. I'll take that out in info.
Thank you.
Does it sound familiar to me at all?
Nope.
Oh yeah, I actually spelled it right. He's going to insight check.
Okay, roll insight.
That's a 25.
You can definitely tell it's not his actual name, but that's the name that he's presenting you with. And it doesn't look like he's trying to, like, say, oh, yes, that is the only name I have, blah, blah, blah. He's just like, for now, you can just call me Daresh, kind of thing.
He's going to look at him, and he's going to say, what's with the coffins?
Child, I do not know what is happening with the coffins. If you were speaking of the ones down below, I do not know why some of them are fake. As for the ones up top, I have not peered into them, so I do not know what is going on with them.
He's going to yeet the ceremonial dagger into the cupboard beside him.
Okay.
That was in one of them.
He goes over and he picks it up and he says, ah, I see. I will hold on to this for now. And we will see what more is uncovered with time. I am not myself aware of every secret that this land holds. I'm just a man who made a promise long ago.
And what's the promise?
He's going to use a spell slot to do detect thoughts.
Alright.
And he's going to prompt him with, what was the promise?
So long ago, like in his head you hear, so long ago, gosh, it has been far longer than our lives, or also these people's lives. Hopefully it is my time soon enough. The information you may need might be deeper and you'll have to take the chance of going in further.
He's gonna do it.
Alright.
But he has his gun out.
Are you trying to make this violent, or are you just trying to intimidate him?
No. What he's doing is he's, like, moving to where he's trying to shift, but he's actually got his hand, like, in the sash that's hiding his gun, and he's, like, getting ready.
Okay.
While Creed is in doing that, can Selena go back up to the moon coffins and keep rotating and, like, try to see what each side of the thing that rotates looks like?
You mean you rotate the moon dial?
Yeah.
Alright. I assume an 18 passes. Creed?
Yes, if I remember right, he said that it was a 12 to succeed.
Yeah, you're unable
Yeah.
to pry deeper, and he says, he just rubs his head and he says, it is an admirable attempt to get the information, no matter the cost, but You will not be getting more from me. At least not in that manner.
I want you to be honest with me.
I am being as honest as I feel it is necessary. Selena, as you're messing around with the dial, eventually, after spinning it a little bit, you hear a clicking sound, and where the face of the moon is, it like flips over the stone side and reveals a mirror.
I like that, but okay. Yeah, she'll move to the next moon coffin and do the same.
Flips over to a mirror. Silver mirror, both of them. And if you do it with the third one up here, then it turns into another silver mirror.
Yeah, she'll do it with all of them.
Alright. Yeah, all the coffin tops, all the coffin tops for the moons, you eventually flip over the moon face over to a silver mirrored face.
I don't know if this would do anything, but is there any light coming into this room?
Not really. A little bit, but not enough for what you may be thinking.
Yeah, definitely nothing that like would specifically shine on those faces, the mirrors. Okay. Okay, can she look at the coffins with the suns and the wings, and nothing on those seem to move?
No, it seems to just be completely carved stone. No kind of hidden mechanism or anything like that.
Now you need to figure out how to write the seal on the seven
Yeah.
suns.
Nope, that's what she was trying to find, but write the seal and try not to die.
I'm telling you, I think you've got to go lay in those 3 coffins.
I very much don't want to do that.
Sometimes the only way forward is down.
I'll say, Creed, what you have noticed that unlike the coffins up top where they are made of the same stone and sort of carved into the ground, at least for the bottom parts unmoving, the 3 that are in the lower level don't seem to be carved in to the ground, like don't seem to be melded with the ground.
Okay. Creed is still confronting this guy.
Okay. So yeah, what is Creed doing now?
Why is that name in a coffin?
I do not know. I do not know what is going on with those coffins. I know that some of them were fake, and that is all I know. They're inside. He doesn't. At least you can't tell if he's lying or not.
How long have you been here?
A long time. Longer than I can remember. Longer than your lifetime.
You know what we are.
Your people. That is all that really matters. I do not care what kind of people you are. More importantly, you are my salvation.
an end to my promise.
I'm really gonna need to know what that promise is before I do anything else.
He just sort of shakes his head.
Do you know who I am?
Truthfully, I do not, other than what you told me. As from what I think you are a message sent by Torek. Other than that, I do not know who you are, except from what you've personally told me.
He is going to pull out his holy symbol and he's going to walk away from the old man, but he's going to stay directed to Torek. I did not agree to any of this.
You said that to Torek?
Yep.
Let's see.
You feel a warm sort of breeze move over you. Sort of guiding you back to where Selena and the area is.
You've already cursed me. I'm not going to be your sacrifice. But he is going to walk.
Alright. So you're gonna continue walking back to Selena and stuff?
Mm-hmm. But he's gonna keep his distance.
Sure. Izzy's currently with Selena, just messing about with the coffins. What do you like to do, Selena and Creed?
Mm. He's going to investigate the coffins again to see if he can find anything new about them.
Okay. I mean, roll me investigation, sure.
That's a 20.
Okay.
The rolls this session are much
Yeah.
better than yesterday.
Much better.
With your investigation, you spend like 2 hours or something like that looking into more and more of the coffins, trying to find every nook and cranny of them. You don't find anything on the coffins, but you finally realize there's something carved into the bodies, into the bones of the bodies. Something written in what languages does Creed know?
Creed knows Common, Infernal, and Losisgrad.
Selena?
So common, Druidic, Infernal, and Primordial.
Yeah, not in a language that any of you understand. But you still have detect, or do you still have comprehend languages up? Or was that concentration?
Yep.
Was that concentration?
No, I have an option to do it as a ritual again. Should I save the spell slots?
Your choice.
Probably should.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's going to use it as a ritual.
Alright.
Alright, so ritual casting it, it seems like multiple things are carved over the bones of these corpses. And it makes a sort of long sentence with each set of bones that are up here in each of the in each of the coffins. In total, what you read from it, it says, bathed in the light we serve, but if misguided by the light, we defend.
The plan?
Huh?
What was the last word?
Defend.
Defend. That cut out for me, and it sounded like you said deplant, and I was like, is that a word?
To plant.
It is if he says it is.
I mean, yeah.
It was bathed in the light we serve, but as misguided by the light we defend.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, no, if misguided by the light we defend.
But if... He's going to say that to both Izzy and Selena and see what they think.
I'll say each of you roll me an investigation check.
$19.
18.
Nice, Izzy.
Yeah, Izzy rolled a 19. All three of you, thinking about it, feel so close to figuring something out, something about this puzzle that will help you understand it better or figure it out and end this. But you're just standing on the barrier of figuring it out before you start losing the thought and can't understand what this all means, what it all connects to. At least not yet, anyways.
Reed's gonna get frustrated and punch a wall. 100%.
You punch a wall and your fist skins itself and starts to bleed a little bit. Enough to really hurt you, but enough to, shed a bit of blood.
1d4 bludgeoning damage.
He's gonna think for a second before going to the coffin with his name and seeing what a drop of his blood does.
Alright. You place a drop of blood in the coffin. And nothing seems to happen, as far as you're aware.
Really not liking all this, talk of sacrifice and defending and greed. It's a little disconcerting.
There was a roof on top of this building, right?
Which building?
The one
Really
we're
common.
in?
Yeah, there's a roof.
Yeah, because I asked if there was any light coming in, and there was not, any beams of light.
Creed is going to go up top.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going to use the spell scroll for a wall of sand to try and take out the ceiling.
To try and take out the ceiling?
Yup!
Please.
I want to confirm this is what you want to do, correct?
Have you considered getting your sister and Salon out of the building before you do this?
Oh yeah, he's going to say, hey, I'm going to do something probably really stupid. Get out of the building right quick.
now we know how Creed dies.
What are you going to do?
Bring the
Well,
house down.
you see, I'm thinking about the poem, and it said,
Huh?
"Reveal the faces of the 3 moons," and I see that you've got the mirrors out. And then it says, "And uncover the land to the gate beyond the sky." However, there's a ceiling, so we can't see the sky. And in one of these coffins, I found a spell scroll for what I think is Wall of Sand.
You're going to try to knock the ceiling off with a wall of sand?
Okay, brother, are you sure that this is going to work?
No.
No.
Do we want to maybe try and look around for more stuff before we take this gamble?
Yeah, what if you destroy the coffins?
I will trust your final judgment, but I want you to be as sure as you are possible about this so I can slap you about it later if it goes wrong. Or if it goes right, I will admit that you were right. Your choice.
He's gonna look around one last time to see if he can find, like, any kind of way for the ceiling to come off on its own.
So, are you up on the ceiling?
No, he's on the top floor and he's looking for, like, some sort of button or lever, something that's, like, blending in to, like, remove the ceiling itself.
Sure, roll a perception check.
Perception. Oh, god damn, that was almost nat 20. That's 16.
16. Looking around, there doesn't seem to be any kind of mechanism that opens up the ceiling.
If we blow off the whole roof, we could just, I don't know, like, blow a hole above the coffin so the light comes down and hits the moon?
Does the stone look like something he could shoot through?
Did y'all say there were mirrors somewhere involved?
Yes, we did.
They're on top of the coffins.
Could you not angle the mirrors somehow to...
I did. I shifted the moon to become the mirror and it locked in place.
See, what I don't understand is why they haven't tried looking in the mirrors before they try blowing a hole in the ceiling.
I mean, they haven't blown a hole into the
Assumed
ceiling
when
yet.
I moved the mirror and it became a mirror, I looked at it.
Sure did.
But did you look at it after you had all 3 of them as mirrors?
She did.
Yeah, I've been examining them this whole time.
Yeah, by the way, whenever you
The
look at...
coffins with their names.
something I forgot to mention, while you were looking in the mirror, you didn't see your human face, you saw your normal face.
Oh, I saw my face. Oh, worse.
The coffins with their names down below, are they congruent to where the moons are?
Oh, that's a good question.
No, they're not. The it's still within the same complex, so like the stairs go down, but then they sort of like still lead to like this main building. Like it doesn't extend any further. So yeah, no, it doesn't, like they're not exactly underneath where each of the moons are. Or are you talking about the red circles or the moon coffins?
The actual moon coffins, like on the top floor,
Oh.
we have one moon, and on the bottom floor, is that where one of the coffins with our names are?
Yes, in fact, where each of the moon coffins are, has a different one of the coffins that has your names on them.
Okay, then he's going to say, I have one other thought. We go to the mirror congruent to which coffin below has our name, and we look in and see what that does.
I mean, sure, yeah, I looked at each of them, but maybe we need to look at the same time. Also, just a little thing. I see myself in that mirror, like not how I look now, like myself. I see myself
You
in
see,
that mirror.
You see your tiefling form in that mirror.
Yeah, that's what that was her in character telling that to Creed.
That is Good to know. Let's try that if you want. And he looks to Izzy before.
Alright, so,
Is that better?
so what do you guys want to do?
Look in the mirrors that are where the coffins with our individual names are.
Okay. Selena, as you look into the mirror from where Creed mentions it correlates to your name, you see her face again. And
Dig- Okay, you're
yeah, I was gonna say, and as you see the silver mirror, you feel like you see something deeper. Roll me a perception check.
perception.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, not great. 12.
There's something just
Something there.
something there, but you can't quite discern it. Creed. As you look into the mirror, you see your tiefling self. And you see yourself with your jewelry on. And you see yourself looking at you, smirking. Not in a bad way or like a twisted way, but just more of like a cocky way. Roll me a perception.
Like his little half-cocked.
Yeah, roll
He's
me-
got a little half-cocked smile.
Yeah. Roll me a quick perception.
That's a 20.
Looking further into this reflection, you see what you look like as a child. And as you make eye contact with yourself, you see your mother's face for a brief instant. And for half a second, you hear the words, "Don't!" Before you go
From
back
his
to
mother's
sleep.
voice?
From Creed's mother's voice.
What?
And you see Izzy, and she is shaking while looking into this thing. Before running out of the building storage unit, and you hear her retching outside.
He's going to run over to her. Just,
What the hell was that?
what did you see?
So many dead. I don't. So many dead and enslaved, and I was the one who did it. I don't know.
What?
You saw something in the mirror?
I saw something in the mirror. I saw myself hurting other people. I think controlling them in some way, and I saw fire everywhere, and I saw black flames. I saw dead. I saw so many dead.
You saw black flames.
Yes.
Wait, did you see anything?
trying to like regain her composure. What did you see, brother?
I saw myself. I saw me as a kid. I saw Mom. She said something to me.
What did Mother say?
Just, she said don't.
Don't what?
That's all I heard. Don't.
What about you, Selena?
You saw me. I didn't see anything else.
What do we do now? I don't know if that worker did anything other than confuse us.
I still think we need to take the ceiling out.
You're just determined to take out the ceiling, aren't you?
Well, like,
Creed is literally the man who wants to fight God.
yeah,
He has exactly 2 thoughts in his brain, and 2
One
of them are destroy his fucking ceiling.
like, hear me out. Again, uncover the land to the gate beyond the sky. We saw ourselves in the mirror, but well, it was dark in the room. Oh shit, I just thought of something.
Congratulations.
Creed has the light spell.
He does.
Yes, instead of using the light spell, let's blow up the ceiling.
You know what else? Izzy also has the light cantrip.
She does.
Flamer doesn't have light, but
Let's
the
some
sphere can
more.
produce flame.
Creed is going to say, we need to try one more time, but instead of looking in the dark, why don't we try looking in the light? And he's going to, like, pick up a rock and cast the light cantrip on it.
Sure. So you cast the light and you're on the top floor or the bottom floor?
The top floor.
Maybe we have to go back inside because Izzy ran outside.
Yeah, no,
Yeah, we went to go comfort Izzy.
She went.
But-
He went to go comfort Izzy, and she, like Izzy, came back in after a few moments, like after she regained her composure.
Yeah. Creed is going to just cast light on a rock and then try to get it stuck in the ceiling.
Sure. As you cast light and throw it up into the ceiling like in a nook, you see the light bounce off of the reflective surfaces of the mirrors. And little beams of light hit each of the sun coffins.
Oh no.
And the gem in the center of the room glows. A fiery orange.
But fire
Creed?
is blue for the next 4 months.
Sorry, this one.
You're right. No, you are right. Weirdly enough, you are right. God, I hate this. You see, it glows a fiery blue.
Oh god.
If it's not actually fire and it's just the color of fire, what fire was before?
Let's not get
Nah, it's
philosophical. Let's not get philosophical with this.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so I'll say Creed, move your token to where you want Creed to be for this.
Oh, yeah.
I just need to know where.
I
it's
kind
labeled.
of forgot.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll move.
I
Izzy.
kind of got so involved in thinking.
Say Izzy would be somewhere around here. Yeah. So you're over there.
Actually, I would be about right here.
Okay. So I'm trying to see what I do actually have something for this. I'm just trying to find it.
I sure did forget this entire time I had the light spell. And I was just like, we need to put a hole in the ceiling.
We need to put a hole in the ceiling. I'm telling you, that's what it takes.
You sure are a paladin of the goddess of the sun.
I sure don't have that solely because of my fighting style.
Yep.
Creed, you dumb himbo.
You dumb himbo.
Wouldn't it be nice if there was also a ASMR that
Himbo.
has that spell?
Yeah. We'll see. Give me a sec.
To be fair, Izzy is also NPC mode.
Well, I mean, she is an NPC.
Yes.
I think it's more so Rune wanted me and Selena to work on it.
Mhm.
I just wanted to see how long it would take you to figure out that you could ask Izzy to cast light, or that you could since you're a paladin and have access to it. I kind of figured someone needed to produce some type of light.
Again, I only have the light cantrip because I took Blessed Warrior.
Mhm.
You wanted them to lay in a coffin.
Yeah, like, hold on.
As you guys,
And
You sure wanted us to lay in a coffin.
No,
as you guys,
Thane, you of all people should know that I was saying that just to try to fuck with you guys.
fair.
Yes, so Rune says, yeah, you guys can help, and you go, yes, I'm going to do the opposite.
All right.
No, I
other way-
helped. I
Either way.
pointed out a lot.
Either way, so as you guys are in the room and you see the gem glow with
Why
this
not
like
both?
deep blue color, and light strike each of the sun coffins, you see the coffin lids move, and you see
Bitch.
something form in the center of the gem and pop out. As a
Oh, shit.
fire elemental and 4 charcoal-bodied, horned things with carvings on their chest appear and look to all of you angrily.
I sure wish I took a rest.
Look to you angrily, as that's where we'll end the session.
One at a time. Okay.
100%. Could you just like, I have 3 spell slots. I could cast Cure Wounds on myself.